action. Bit of a BBL action. And we are underway. Hey guys, how you going? So down BK Sport. Welcome back as the Hobart Hurricanes will be taking on the Sydney Thunder here in Hobart in a game that is the grand final rematch from last year. Last year, it was a huge one where Hobart did win its first grand final, its first time in history. I'm just going to quickly go back and have a look at the score of the 2025. How much did they win by? They won by 8 wickets. No, that's the women's. Hold on a second. That's in the women's Big Bash League. The Hobart Hurricanes women's team actually won this year too. That's crazy. Let me have a look here. 29th of January 2025. Here we go. So the Hobart Hurricanes won by 7 wickets with 35 balls remaining. So they absolutely annihilated the Sydney Thunder in that game, which is pretty crazy. You know, that is a huge result there, and it's funny to see that the women's team apparently won as well. Look, I do predict the Hobart Hurricanes should be winning this game. They do have an absolute star-studded lineup, but I do think the Thunder can make it quite difficult for them. Cameron Bancroft has been around the Australian team. Sammy Constas, we all know about him. You know, they've got Sam Billings, who's a great player. Shadab Khan can get some bowling going. He's not too bad himself. Daniel Sams, you know, Chrissy Green on the bowling. They've got a decent enough team here, the Thunder, that can be quite tricky for the Hobart Hurricanes. But again, this Hurricanes team is just full of talent. Mitchell Owen and Nikhil Chaudhary to open up. You've got Ben McDermott, who we know can absolutely hit. Matty Wade, who you'd be very well aware of. And then even their bowling, Billy Stanlake and Nathan Ellis and whatnot. Like, they've got a really, really good team here, Hobart, so they should be able to get the job done, in my personal opinion. And look, I'm banking on it, to be fair, in my Supercoach team. In my Supercoach team of BBL, I do have Mitchell Owen as my captain. I've got Chaudhary as my vice captain. I've got Matty Wade in as well. So I'm kind of all in here. Oh, I should trade out Tim Ward because he hasn't not been selected here. So let me just... It's a rolling lockout, so you can kind of continue selections. Let's go and have a quick little look here who I can replace Tim David with. Bro's not playing. He's not in the team, so I can't do it. I just cannot do it. Tim Ward is in the team. Oh, no, Tim Ward didn't get selected either, did he? Yeah, not selected. Okay, so basically there's kind of no point. There's pretty much no point getting rid of him, because the only 2 teams available, well, I guess you can look at the strikers. No, but the strikers don't have anyone cheap enough to chuck in. And, oh, well, there is Jersis Wadia, but 0% of people have got him in. So 0%. So I'm probably going to just have to keep in old mate Tim David. I'm probably going to have to do that. Just 1 second here as I get his name back onto my team sheet here. I cannot find him. Lowest price is just the beginning. There we go. Was it Tim Ward, actually? Yeah, it was Tim Ward. Okay. Well, it was selected by 3% of people, so I don't even know why I put him in the first place. But there you go. That's my Supercoach team, which is doing kind of relatively okay at the moment. But I am pretty heavily relying upon tonight's game. I've got Chris Green in my bowler department. I've also got, like I said, Chaudhary. We've also got Sammy Constas and Mitchell Owen as the captain and Matty Wade. So I've got plenty of players playing tonight, mate. Plenty of players. I wish I had Wildermuth in my in my starting team, because he got 79 last night, but it was my emergency. But all right, guys, let's get into it. Let's see what you guys say in the chat. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Like I said, I do predict the Hobart Hurricanes to win this game. I think they should be too good. Last night, obviously, we did see the Brisbane Heat go down, but they went down swinging. You know, they got done over with a 213 against them and had to chase that down, but they still basically got to 200, 196, and, you know, they actually had a chance to get back into that game, which is a massive high score. The average winning score at GMHBA Stadium in Geelong is like 174, 175, and they still got 196, I think it was. So that's still a pretty damn well good score, considering it might have even been 198. It's still a pretty damn well good score there for the Brisbane Heat, but it's just their bowling was so awful. You know, they even had to pull Shaheen Afridi out of the bowling lineup mid-over because he wasn't getting it going, so he couldn't return, and that is, you know, pretty rough, man. So let's see how tonight goes. Like I said, tipping the Hurricanes. Let's get into it. Fire it out. Will Wakefield says, is David Warner playing? David Warner is not playing tonight. So the lineups for the Thunder is Sam Constas, Matthew Gilgs, Cameron Bancroft, Oliver Davies, Sam Billings as the wiki, Shadab Khan, Daniel Sams, Chris Green, Nathan McAndrew, Tanveer Sangha, and Reece Topley, with the Hurricanes lineup being Mitchell Owen, Nikhil Chowdhury, Rehan Ahmed, Ben McDermott, Tim David, Matthew Wade, who was the wiki, Chris Jordan, Nathan Ellis, who was the captain, Rishad Hussain, Riley Meredith, and Billy Stanley. So, no, Warner is not playing for the Sydney Thunder tonight. So if you do have him in your sort of coach team, probably jump him out. Yeah, Warner to miss BBL final rematch against Canes due to injury. So, no, he is not playing today at Ninja Stadium is what they call it. Ninja Stadium. What a stadium name. What a stadium name. Highlander says, lovely from the Kiwi Tim Seifert yesterday. Yeah, Tim Seifert did do pretty well. He absolutely killed it. Brisbane allowed him to kill it in a lot of ways. Brisbane's bowling, which is absolutely diabolical, absolutely horrific. It really was poor. So I'll quickly have a look here in regards to why Warner is going to be missing tonight. What is the injury? What is the injury here? Let's open that bad boy up. Hobart Hurricanes have announced their squads. The Thunder will be without their captain David Warner for their season opener against the Hurricanes. Veteran batter has been ruled out of the grand final rematch after reportedly injuring his right side while playing with his children at the beach. Warner has been receiving treatment in the days since and is hopeful of recovering in time for Saturday night's blockbuster home Sydney Smash against the Sixers. So that's probably what it is looking likely for. Sean James this afternoon, mate. Beautiful day for a T20 here. Yeah, look, I think it's cloudy in Hobart. Let me have a look at the Hobart weather here. I don't think it's raining or anything, but I do think it's quite cloudy in the old Hobart. Mayak says, hello, get around your Mayak. Oh, no, it's not too bad here. No chance, like it's 10% chance of rain. It's not going to be happening. So, we should be on for a good night. Definitely not like that Perth opener. That opener in Perth was just ridiculous in regards to the weather. But no, tonight should be sweet, and hopefully we get a belter. Because the first two games haven't been belters. The Perth Scorchers won pretty convincingly over the Sydney Sixers, and whilst the Heat did kind of hit themselves back to a reasonable margin, which I guess helps their net run rate, overall it just wasn't that competitive because once we saw Matty Renshaw go out, we just knew that the Heat were completely done. Once we saw Colin Munro, but Jimmy Pearson came in and he fought hard. I just want to quickly go have a look here at what he ended up on. Because, yeah, he ended up killing it. I think he probably got about 46 or so, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go. No, I want to go back to cricket.com.au and then I want to go look at the draw. Why does it not have like a schedule on matches? Okay, there you go. So matches. No, that's showing. Well, we will be live tomorrow for the Ashes. Where is it? Okay, so all formats. I want T20 domestic. Why is it so difficult to bloody damn well find the results? Why is it so damn well difficult? All teams. We'll go Brisbane Heat then. Gee whiz, what's bloody going on here? Why don't you just let us find the result of yesterday? I just want to see what the back end got. Screw that. I'm not even using cricket.com.au. I'm going to the BBL and Google. Oh, by the way, the Hurricanes chose to bowl first. They won the toss and chose to bowl first. Okay, here we go. So Heat Renegades scorecard, Brisbane Heat. That's right. So Jimmy Pearson ended up getting 50. Hugh Wibjin, who was actually not out in the end, got 38. Obviously, Colin Munro got 55. Look, I really do feel like if Jack Wildermuth didn't open and get that duck, I think the Brisbane Heat could have actually probably chased it down. Jimmy Pearson opening probably was the answer. They had a 50-50 of what they were going to do, whether they were going to put Pearson as their opener or Wildermuth as their opener, and they went with Wildermuth, and that was the wrong decision. He went out for the duck, and then McSweeney went, and Matty Renshaw played a ridiculous shot on 18. So, yeah, look, pretty disappointing there, but it'll be interesting to see how they go against the Perth Scorchers on Friday. Will Wakefield says that guy for the Heat on debut, the spin bowler was horrible. Yeah, that's Shaheen Afridi. He's one of the imports from Pakistan. Unfortunately, the Pakistanis haven't started off this BBL season too well. We saw Babar's struggle against the Perth Scorchers in the first game. We saw Shaheen Afridi absolutely struggle. Mohammed Rizwan, he didn't do too well himself. So, no, they've definitely struggled to get into the rhythm of it. But it's only been the one game. So let's wait and see if they do keep up with that kind of form. But if they can, they need to really change because it's unheard of, at that point of the game and to be taking out your import bowler, 6 balls into an over. But the reason why it was 6 balls because he bowled 3 no balls. So that's why they had to take him out, and they put Nathan McSweeney in, who finished off the over, and obviously Freddie couldn't bowl anymore. So it's a pretty huge thing to give up 42 runs in just over 2 overs. That's a massive amount of runs. He was averaging, his economy was roughly around the 20 marker. So it made sense for them to take him out, especially with him being, I think it was 4 balls into the over, and there was still, I think, 4 more balls left or something ridiculous. Or 5 balls into the over, and there was still 3 balls left. It was crazy. He got 1 over and got a duck. Wait, who are you talking about? Are you talking about Shaheen Afridi? If you're talking about Afridi, he's definitely not a batter, so who cares about his batting numbers? Realistically, it shouldn't be. Yeah, no, he got out for a duck, sure, but he's not a batter. He's a bowler. That's why he bats second last, just in front of Liam Haskett there. So actually, no, not even. He was. We didn't see Patrick Dooley bat, so he's third last. But no, Shaheen Afridi isn't known for his batting at all, so I don't even care too much about his duck. But what we do care about is his bowling for sure. But still, game on the line, he couldn't even hit the ball. Okay, Will Wakefield again, bro. He is a bowler. You're not expecting him to bat. It's like, for example, you don't expect Nathan Lyon to be able to bat. Sometimes he can bat, to be fair. Nathan Lyon can actually have a bit of a swing. But no, it's not game on the line, and you have to rely upon Shaheen Afridi to get you over the line. That means you've already lost the game because he is a pure bowler. He is not an all-rounder. He is not a batter. And the Brisbane Heat just weren't good enough. At the end of the day, you cannot blame a bowler for not batting well when they've been hit for 215 or 213. You can blame him for his bowling, which is why they got to 213, but you can't come in and say that you're blaming Shaheen Afridi for not being able to bat. It's like, blaming Scott Boland for not, going and winning a game on the line. He's not going to go probably and win a game on the line. You'll get miraculous things that happen occasionally where a player, a bowler, will go and get a very, very surprising win. But no, there's nothing in regards to real criticism there. At the end of the day, the game was already done. It wasn't even a game on the line. The game was already done when Afridi was in. That's just kind of how it is. So, no, I feel like that's unfair and harsh criticism. But if you're criticising his bowling, you absolutely can do that. Yeah, and he's a fast bowler, Sean, absolutely. Yank says, Shaheen the Eagle. He didn't have a good one, unfortunately. He did not have a good one. They're having a tough start. But at least you guys get to watch on as the beautiful Bubba Razam gets to bat tomorrow. Sydney Sixers will be taking on, I think, the Adelaide Strikers, isn't it? Is it the Sixers and the Strikers tomorrow? Yeah, Sixers and Strikers is tomorrow. So we will be doing a full day of Ashes cricket, and then we'll be going into the BBL at night. It's going to be a long day tomorrow, lads, here on the channel. 11:30 a.m. start for me, because it's in Adelaide. 11:30 a.m. start for me. I think we finish up at about 6:30, 7:30, whatever, and then it's straight into the BBL. It's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a long one. Dasmate says, "Deary me." Oh, I think they're doing they're paying respects and moment of silence for what happened in Sydney. Yeah, this is nice. This is good to see. It is doing the minute of silence right now for the Bondi terror attack. It's really sad. God bless everybody involved, regardless of your religion. But yeah, this one definitely hit Australia pretty hard. Mayank says, I'm waiting for tomorrow's match. You know why? Yeah, look, tomorrow will be a big day. David says, W Hobart. Yeah, look, it's hard to talk about, man. This one's deeply impacted Australians, and we're on the edge of what could be a very tough time in this country. So, look, I hope that everyone kind of remains calm and doesn't kind of lose the plot, which is absolutely possible in situations like this. But this is really nice to see that Hobart, and I would assume that the Ashes will do it tomorrow, and I would assume that most teams do this with a moment of silence. Sean says, I'm very happy that they're doing that. Yeah, they're also doing a moment's applause here for the first responders. This is awesome. This is really good. And these are the moments, right? These are the moments that I know this isn't on such as big a scale as, say, for example, Yankees back in when 9/11 happened. And I can't remember who it was, maybe Rodriguez. I can't remember who scored the home run, but he hit a home run and then brought out an American flag right after 9/11, and he was playing for the New York Yankees. It really brought Americans together. It really brought New Yorkers together. I wish times were still the same there, where people were able to come together regardless of political ideologies. But it's just things like this that make you really proud that people are able to pay their respects and their dues regardless of religion, race, belief system, and whatnot. At the end of the day, it's actually not really about religion versus religion. It's actually more about good versus evil, because whilst I don't agree with a lot of ideological values that other religions do have, and I don't agree with a lot of it, at the end of the day, I think that I know plenty of Muslims, and I know plenty of, I don't know plenty of Jews, but I know plenty of people that don't have the same beliefs that I have with Christianity and believing in God, but that doesn't mean, and they're actually good people still. Not everyone who is a part of a religion is an extremist, like what you see. So that's just my little thoughts there. Obviously, I don't want to go too far down a political and religious belief system whilst we're here talking about sport and watching sport. But at the end of the day, I don't hate everybody. I definitely do hate a certain few, though, which is really tough to kind of get around. But it is what it is. It's just unfortunate that it's kind of hit our shores. And it's rough. But we'll all get through it as a country if we stick together. If we do our best to stick together. But all right, the openers here for the Sydney Thunder, Sammy Constas and Matt Gilks. Well, I got Sammy Constas in my Supercoach team, so please fire up. But it says, really glad they're paying respects to the first responders. Their work goes very unnoticed a lot of the time. Yeah, absolutely, which is kind of what happened during COVID as well, especially in England, when they were doing the clapping outside, clapping for the first responders. But no, that was really cool because they actually separated it. They did a moment of silence for the people involved and impacted and whatnot and the victims, but they also did a moment of applause for the first responders. So they separated the two. That was really cool. That was really, really cool. Sean's very good words, mate. Yeah, look, I wish more people understood it, to be fair. I wish more people understood it, but the world's gone crazy, dude. Society's just all over the shop, and no matter where you are, there's always going to be problems. Australia is a beautiful country, man. I really hope it doesn't get ruined by these kind of things. But what if it says there was, we're gonna try and kind of move off of that conversation and not talk about like potentials and hypotheticals and rumors and all that kind of jazz. For the time being, we're just gonna watch some cricket, and that's the whole point of sport. It's to get away from the real life. Really, that's why people were so upset and angry when American teams or the English Premier League and whatnot brought in the LGBT stuff, because they're like, look, I don't care if you're gay, we don't need it in sport kind of deal, and it just happens. But all right, the first bowl of the game, and it's going to be Meredith bowling to Gilks. First bowl, and that's going to be slapped away for that's going to be a 4. Woohoo! Good start. Wow, that's a good start there for Gilks. Very good start. Very good start. Mayank says today Sydney Thunder will win. Look, I don't agree. I think Hobart should be winning this game. They've got a star-studded lineup, and there's a reason why they did end up winning when it was the final. Ooh, hold on one second. I'm just trying to fix a few things on the screen here. When it was the final, they won by 7 wickets, and look, I do think they've got a really star-studded lineup. And David Warner is missing for the Thunder, which is a huge loss there as their captain. All right, next bowl here from Meredith, and the Thunder will end up getting just a single there for Gilks. So he'll be on 5 from 2 balls. Let me just fix this here. Logan says, good day all up the Thunder. Well, good luck, son. Good luck. I just want a good game. We have not really seen that great of games to start us off. Now, let me just update this scorecard so you can see what players are batting. Okay, scorecard. Oh, so if the play hits a 6 in the first over and you catch it, you get to keep the ball because you get a new ball in the second over. Outside of that, after the first over, you don't actually get to keep it though. All right, next bowl here from Meredith, and that's going to be Sammy Constas. That was close. It's going to be called as a wide. Very lucky there for Sammy Constas. He got close to knocking that. I want Constas to do something here, man. But it says, has Gilk scored more than 4 runs in his last 20 games? Yeah, he scored 5 runs in his game right now. Visual. Yeah. Yeah, no, he scored 5 runs in now. Yeah, so his last game, actually. Oh, they're looking at the Ultra Edge, and no, it didn't hit the bat. It didn't hit the bat. They didn't review it, but they were just showing us. All right, next ball. And no run. If Sam Constant is going to be the guy that we know him as, and this should be his game, considering he's known for the sweep, he's known for the ramp, he's known for going that crazy with the ball when it was a test match. Well, he really should be killing it in the T20. This should be his prime time. Who I go for? I don't really have a team, man. If I was to support someone, it'd be the Heat because they're the closest to the Gold Coast. But I wait until the Gold Coast get a BBL team, and then I'll support them. Full ball, but next bowl, and that's going to be a couple of runs there for Sammy Constas. Might be two, will not be two. They'll only get the one. So Meredith at Hobart, he's got 48 wickets and an economy of 7.6. Head-to-head, Hurricanes 14, Thunder 8. 7 runs from the first 4 balls here. They're getting off to a positive start, though. Although Constance had a brief little scare early doors. It's pronounced Matty Jilks, by the way, not Gilks. Okay, there's still 2 more balls to go here of the over because there was that wide. Next ball, and that's a good shot. Oh, good feeling. I don't think it carried. It's going to be a single, so Jilks will go off strike about 6 and Constance will come on strike. I don't think that carries. I do think that bounces, but it's good fielding there to stop a 4. Yeah, straight into the green. Yeah. Still a good fielding there from Chris Jordan. Like, so I love those shots Constance did in the Indian test where he said he laid the bat close to the ground, just flicked it over for 6. Yeah, that's a ramp. So when you hear us talk about ramps, that's a ramp. Yeah, Bumrah was known as Princess Bumrah by a lot of Australians there because he is one of the best bowlers in the world, but Sam Constance just had his number in his debut. And there's going to be a cheeky single, maybe 2. No, it'll just be a single there. So first over, they're not going to complain about that. First over, and the Sydney Thunder are on 9 runs. You're not going to complain about that. Not going to complain about that. Sean says there have been rumours about BBL expansion. Yeah, I know the Gold Coast is definitely coming in next, but I did hear there's also Canberra, there's also New Zealand. I'd prefer to see Gold Coast and New Zealand, to be fair, but I did hear that Canberra is an option. That's more so A-League too. Like the Gold Coast is looking to get a couple of teams in different sports again. We used to have an A-League team with Gold Coast United before Clyde Palmer ran them into the ground, and they're probably going to get an A-League team alongside Canberra. And then with the BBL, I know Brisbane. No, sorry, I know the Gold Coast it's pretty much the prime time option for the next one. That's why they took Brisbane Heat games there to play as a home game at Metricon, or whatever it's called now. City First. I don't know what the AFL stadium is. I don't know what that stadium is called anymore. They change it every Heritage Bank Stadium or something. Ooh, Constance misses a really nice swinger there from Stanlake in the second over. The Gold Coast is probably 100% nearly, but between New Zealand and Canberra, I do feel like it's better to go to New Zealand than Canberra, to be fair. And it says Gold Coast getting an NBL. Oh, that's right. NBL is another one as well. NBL and BBL team. Well, NBL is another one, Daz, mate, but the A-League, NBL, and BBL. There you go. Go to Gold Coast. And that should just be a single there for Sammy Constas. So Billy Stanley gives up his first run. Constas on 3 from 5. Gilks on 6 from 3. Canberra should have already had an A-League team. Yeah, I agree. Where's the NBL expanding? So I know they've got the Gold Coast, but there's 2 teams they're expanding, isn't it? Good on you, Andrew. I'm pretty certain there's more than just the Gold Coast that they're looking to expand to. All right, Stanlake's third bowl. 10 runs so far for the Thunder. Billy Stanlake. And, that's a shot from Jilks. He just said, Stanlake, get out of my face. That is a 6. That's a massive whopping 6 there from Jilks. And he looks like he's up for a big game. He looks like he's going to be the guy here today. Constance has looked a little bit iffy, but I tell you who hasn't, and that is Jilks. Max, is there also another league coming from Dubai, which will be the most expensive league in all cricket history? Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, but no one's really going to care about it, though. Oh, I definitely know Australians won't care about it. I don't know about what Indians and Pakistanis and the likes will care about it, but I know Australians won't give a shit about it. They don't care about the BBL. The BBL isn't really cared for here in Australia whatsoever. Next ball, and that's going to be shot through for a 4 from Jilks. Wow, they're looking all right. The Thunder are looking all right early doors here. Matty Jilks, they're trying to get a bit of revenge for that grand final last year. These first BBL games have been entertaining. I would absolutely disagree. I think the first game definitely wasn't entertaining. The Sydney Sixers got pretty confidently put away by the Perth Scorchers, and I even say last night was still pretty damn well confident for the Renegades. I don't think we've seen a real close and tight game at all so far. That's why I really hope that tonight is exciting, because the first two games have been a relative letdown in a lot of ways and just haven't been highly competitive, to be honest with you. But Billy Stanlake, his next bowl, and whoa, that's going to go for a 4 there. That probably would have been a wide if he didn't connect with it, but he does connect with it, and it does go away for a 4. So Matty Gilks is going to be on 20. He is killing it so far. Logan says, when will the Australian sporting franchises start expanding to the Alex Springs? It's never going to happen, never. And never. Andrew says, I voted wrong in the poll. I hit Thunder, but I think Hobart wins this. I believe Hobart wins this. But again, the Thunder have started off brilliantly here. They're at 24 runs through 1.5, and Jilk's on 20. He's on here. He's on. Live Golf gimmick by Dubai for cricket now. Has Live Golf even been successful? Like, do people care about that or not? Oh, that's up in the air. That's up in the air from Jilks. He could be gone here. He could be gone here. And he's gone. He got a little bit too overconfident. And Billy Stanlake will pick up a wicket after giving up 15 runs in the over. He picks up the big wicket of Jilks. And they're 1 for 24. He got a little bit too overconfident. Now you'll see Cameron Bancroft come in. But that is a big wicket there because Jilks was looking on. He was looking on. You're not happy. Is not happy. Easy catch out there. Gold Coast, Canberra, Newey, but Gold Coast, I'd say, is the next, considering the in-season tournament final is on the Gold Coast as well. Yeah, absolutely. Newcastle, I haven't even heard of before. I didn't know that Newcastle were a shout for the NBL. Is the NBL growing? Because I feel like the BBL has stagnated domestically. I don't think it's stagnated internationally, but it's stagnated domestically. Is the NBL still growing? Because I do remember, T20 in a nutshell, Mitchell. I do remember that at one point the BBL really was growing and it was looking pretty nice. And then it just went down too gimmicky of a path. And a lot of Australians were like, they'll watch a couple of games here and there, but overall it's ashes or bust really for most Australians when it comes to cricket. All right, so it's going to be Cameron Bancroft who comes in. Riley Meredith is coming back on for a bowl. I don't think I have Meredith in my team. No, I don't. I think I originally did it one stage, then I took him out. Okay, next bowl. Ooh, no run. In-season tournament. But do they have an in-season tournament in the NBL? Jeez, I can understand the NBA in-season tournament because there's 30 teams, but in the NBL is quite funny. that is quite funny. Is it a TikTok tournament or what? Is that what they call it? TikTok tourney. So the NBL is better than the A-League. Oh, jeez, it's hard. But is it bigger though? And that's a big shot from Sam Constance. He's pulled that one over the top for a 4. Good shot there from Sammy Constance. He hits the boundary. And now he's pulling through. 2.2 overs bowled. It's 1 for 28 for the Thunder. Good shot over the top there. That's a nice shot, man. Because he could have easily been caught out there if he got that wrong. Easily been caught out, but he gets enough on it to get over the top and rolls right over the boundary. All right, Meredith. He's given up quite a few runs here, Meredith. Next ball to Constance, and he goes for a big swing. He doesn't connect with that one, so it's going to be a no run. Went for a big swing, though. Oh, swinging. I just don't know where the BBL grows from here domestically. I don't know. I don't see what world they grow domestically in, unless I just don't think people care enough about cricket in Australia to actually get this league completely off the ground. Like it is, people in India would also care more about it if there was more Indians who were playing it. But the Indians, I believe, the IPL contracts you're not actually allowed to. 1 second. And Sammy Constance goes up and goes out of there with a sixer, son. Booshka! Sam Constance hits a six, and the Thunder again underway. 1 for 34. I think in the IPL contracts you're not allowed to play with the BBL. Could be wrong. Do IPL contracts have no BBL clause in it? I think it's something like that. Yes, standard IPL player contracts contain specific clauses that effectively prevent players from participating in other T20 leagues like the Big Bash League without the express permission of the IPL and the board of control for cricket in India. So basically, the IPL holds. Sam Constance could have gone there, but it's a 4. Ooh, jeez, I just dropped my mouse. Ultimately, the IPL does hold the BBL back massively. Because contractually they're not actually allowed to play. Otherwise, you would see guys like Bumrah here. You would see guys like Virat Kohli over the years, and the BBL would have been a massive league. People really would have loved it. It would have been huge, but obviously not to be. But Sam Constance is doing well. There was a chance of the catch, but he gets the boundary. Miang says TikTok 20 League is China also planning to have a new league. No, we're making a joke at the NBL, which is the National Basketball League in Australia. No one really cares about. They used to call it the TikTok timeout, which is just the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And there's a single for Constance. So he gets 14, 15 runs off the over there, Constance. Huge. And he'll come back on strike because that was the end of the over. Meredith's giving up 24 runs. He is struggling here today. Sean Paul says majority of BBL cricket viewers has always been casual fans. Cricket hasn't really been a serious sport in this country since they scrapped the Australian home white ball games behind a paywall. Yeah, that's valid. That is valid. I remember the old days. Was it not? Where was it on? It wasn't 9, was it? Was it 9 or was it Channel 10? I know Rugby Union used to be on Channel 10. AFL used to be on Channel 7. Rugby League used to be on Channel 9, and it still is on Channel 9. AFL is still on 7. Where was the cricket on again? Because I do remember. I think it might have been. It's either 9 or 10. It wasn't 7. NBL has legit the backbone of the Golden State Warriors dynasty and the man that carried LeBron to a 4th ring, Mr. Vlogger himself, Chevelle McGee. Oh, is he cracking on? Is he? Where does he play for? Who does he play for? I was Channel 9. Yeah, definitely no Union was 10. NRL's 9. Always has been. And AFL's always been 7. All right, so it's going to be Ellis who comes for a bowl here for the Hobart Hurricanes. And that is going to be a little dink in behind. Oh my gosh, they don't know who to run, but they do get a single out of that. Wow. 9 Wide World of Sports. Yeah, 9 Wide World of Sports, but they didn't have all of the sports. But I remember the good old days of Foxtel, because Foxtel, for the older generation here and also Gen X like me, Foxtel used to have everything. You could watch the Premier League on Foxtel. You could watch the NRL on Foxtel. You could watch the AFL on Foxtel. You could watch Rugby Union on Foxtel. You could watch the UFC at the beginning days on Foxtel. You could watch boxing occasionally. You could watch everything on Foxtel. So, like, for whatever it was a month, you could watch everything. It was amazing, especially for the time. And that's going to be a single there for Cameron Bancroft, and he'll be on 1. Richie Benner, get around him. Richie Benner, the legend. Get around Richie. And this is Illawarra. Oh, Javale McGee, Illawarra. I was wondering why you guys were saying Illawarra. They're pretty good, aren't they? Did they win last year? I think they might have. All right, next bowl from Ellis to Sammy Constance. And that's a wide. That is a 100%. They haven't called it a wide? Damn surprise. But Nathan Ellis gets away with one there, and it will just be a no run. Double. So he's bowling 109.4, and then he bowled 133, then he bowled 140. I bet he bowls a slower one here. I feel like there's going to be a bit of a slower one here from Ellis. And that is going to be a short ball. And they will get a single out of it, but yikes. One last bit of shit this year, fair enough. How fast was that? Good over so far. There are only 3 runs given up of 4 balls. Geez, how do you know what he's going to bowl at you with those kind of numbers? 109.4 to a big jump of 133 to another jump of 140 is interesting. I'm just waiting to see this 4th ball. I reckon maybe it would have sat around the 130 odd. Next bowl from Ellis. And that's going to be no run. No run. Rugby union is probably the only sport in this country that is growing everywhere, be it in Europe, Africa, but of no signs, hope for growth here. Wallabies had a star-studded gritty team back then. I would say, sure. Union, it's not that it doesn't have any hope. It's just that they still continue to never fix the issues in regards to the private schooling, and because they're so well indebted to the financials of the private schooling system. That's going to go through for 4 there from Bancroft. That's huge. And the Sydney Thunder up to 4 overs. They're going to a whopping 46. This is a huge total they're looking to build up here. If Constance can open up and Bancroft can keep it going, they're looking at definitely a 200 plus here. Rugby union's not dead. It's just that it looks likely that it will probably stay as an awful sport in Australia for a very long time. It doesn't look like it's improving. But I do tell you that once the Wallabies start to improve again and show signs that they're moving out of the last 2 decades, once they win the Bledisloe Cup, I guarantee you Wallabies fans come out of the woodworks and then people will say they're bandwagoners. And look, sure they are, but why would people expect the nation to I guarantee you if the All Blacks lost as much as the Wallabies do, rugby union would not be as big of a sport in that country as rugby league. I guarantee you that rugby league would be their biggest sport in New Zealand if the All Blacks had the same situation as the Wallabies over the last 20 years. The same thing goes for South Africa. That's going to be a single there from Constance against Richard. Same thing goes for South Africa. If South Africa were a dribble team like the Wallabies have been for 20 years, even though they still made a final in that time in 2015 and lost to New Zealand, but if you put South Africa and New Zealand in the same boots as where Australia is, rugby union would not be their main sport. I guarantee it. And league would have grown in South Africa, and with New Zealand, they would have got more so around the league because they are pretty good. They're pretty damn well good at it. Not as good as Australia, but they're pretty damn well good at it. That's my bold statement. I feel like if New Zealand and South Africa have the same style shithousery that Australia's had, union would not be anywhere near as big in those countries. But all right, next bowl here from Richard to Constance, and he's looking to open up. He'll get a single. Yeah, just a single there. So 1 for 49. Back in my day, kids had to pre-tape a program on the All-Star box if it wasn't home to watch it live, and if it didn't, tough tits. Yeah, exactly right. And then sometimes it would mess up. You had to always record. What was it called? Dating in the Dark. That was the funniest show back in the day. Dating in the Dark. What a show. That would be just a single there for Bancroft. Could be 2. Could be 2. Will be 2. They will get 2 out of that, so Bancroft will be on 8. Brilliant times back then. Yeah, look, the time back then is huge. You know, especially with what's going on in the world nowadays. You're definitely thinking about the past. Yeah, when life was real. Great way to put it, Sean. Rugby league has grown exponentially in New Zealand. Massive growth. Some of my Kiwi friends even say union is dying slowly. It is. Look at the numbers. I wouldn't say it's dying, but it is far less significant than what it once was. People have really rallied behind the Warriors. And once they get that South Island team, there's a rivalry between the North and South Island. I promise you, it really will take over. There could be 2, it's just going to be a single for Bancroft. City on 9. Once they get that South Island team, man, there's no looking back for New Zealand. I guarantee you. I genuinely believe that rugby league will become the main sport in New Zealand at some point. I don't know if it's anytime soon, but at some point I believe it will. Because the Super Rugby domestic competition is shit house. It really is. It is terrible. You're already seeing Fiji looking at a rugby league team in the NRL comparatively to their Fiji and Jura in the rugby union. You're seeing massive expansion. You're seeing a open mind to the growth of rugby league by Peter V'landys and Andrew Abdo and whatnot, comparatively to Super Rugby that has just been misstep after misstep, whether it be South Africa and their teams and the fuss all about that, or the Australian diabolical performance across the board, the bringing in of the Western Force and then removing them and then bringing them back, and the Melbourne Rebels being in and then out, and it's a shambles. And then with New Zealand, they're only basically competing with each other, so no one really cares ultimately when it comes to rugby. They're more so into like their Mitre 10 domestic league that's not at the national level. Sorry. All right, next bowler from Chris Jordan, and that's going to be a single for Bancroft. Good fielding though. Good fielding. I genuinely believe rugby league will take over New Zealand. Good evening, Mr. Sport. Good evening, sir. Will says, why is Enriquez commentating? Why not? Nate says, back in my day, I had to record on the good old VCR. Nate, back in your day, VCR hadn't even been invented yet. The wheel hadn't even been invented yet, Mr. Nate J. You hadn't even got the wheel yet, son. Jay invented the wheel. Well, the wheel hadn't even been invented yet. Okay, next bowl here from Jordan. Not Michael Jordan, Chris Jordan. But with a shot like that, definitely not Michael Jordan. Sammy Constance hits that one down to the boundary. Oh, I'll be close. It'll just be a 2 here. Be a 2, so we'll get to 24. Constance doing well. Sean Paul says, some of the NRL Warriors games in 2025 season have outrated some rugby games, which is incredible. This is what I'm saying. And this is for a team that has never won before because they have something to aspire to. You know, when you've got the Super Rugby that has the Crusaders, the Chiefs, the Blues, the Highlanders, and the Hurricanes, and realistically it's just the Crusaders and sometimes the Chief and recently the Blues, there's just not real much ultimate care factor that's going to be shot through for a single for Constance. He'll be on 25 and the Thunder will be on 156. There's just not much, I believe, of a significant care factor for the competitive level because it is just the same repetitive nonsense. No South Africa teams. They've got the Fiji and Jura and a awful Moana Pacifica team. They've got diabolically bad Australian teams, and you get over it. Whilst with the NRL, you have something to aspire to with the Warriors. Even when they're okay, they're getting good numbers. And I don't know, I just feel like it is massively changing. It's massively changing, especially from what I see. Bancroft goes bang with a 4. That's a beautiful shot there from Bancroft for a boundary. Sean Paul says, PNG and Perth will be massive in the future. Interesting and happy times ahead being a league fan. Perth is huge. Papua New Guinea is interesting because I feel like the viewership will be massive. Especially for that first game. It'll be massive on the channel when they get their first game. My gosh, it'll be massive. But it'll be interesting to see if Papua New Guinea are financially sustainable. That's why they're waiting until 2028, but I believe it'll be more so 2030 when they come in. All right, Chris Jordan giving up 8 runs through 4 balls. Bancroft still on strike. Current run rate is 212. They will get a single out of that, so Constance come on strike. They'll be 1 for 61 after 5.5. Nate says, I remember the video store used to try to charge me for not rewinding the bloody videos. Yeah, the old Blockbuster. They were the days. Friday night, you finish school, you come with your mum. I grew up with basically a single mum. You come with your mum to Blockbuster, you grab a pizza from next door, and you get like a video game or you get like a movie to watch. Oh my gosh, those are the days. The old Blockbuster, what a time to be alive. And then, yeah, if you didn't rewind them, they'd charge you. So next bolt. And Constance will get a single. They're not going to get 2. Just a single. So 26 runs for Constance. 1 for 62 after 6. But they are currently on target for 207 on a projected current. Super Rugby died when South African clubs pulled out and joined the URC and European Club Rugby competition. Super Rugby was kind of dead anyway, dude. Like, it really was, and that's a big reason why they probably would have gone, even though it benefits their time zone. Super Rugby was kind of already dead as it was. Sean says, Daz, I've got kids that have never seen the real rugby cup between New Zealand and Oz in Aussie hands. Yeah, the Bledisloe Cup. Yeah. I was 7 the last time we won. I think it was 2000, was it 2002? I would have been 8. Be kind and rewind. No, the best ad of all time was, one second. That's going to be a good shot there from Constus. We'll go through for a single. So it'll be 1 for 63. The best ad of all time is that the one about not stealing stuff. But yet people found out later in life that they actually copyrighted the music or something like that, or they copyrighted the video, and what they were advising you not to do, they were doing it themselves. So they're going to run for 2 here. No, they're going to go for the single. Bancroft will go to 16. Yeah, late fees too, yeah. I wasn't even born the last time we won. Daz, I always get confused how old you actually are, eh? I always get confused how old you are. Projected current is 202. Richard, next bolt. Oh, there's the big sweep, but he does miss it, Constus. He does miss it. Yeah, he's gone for a big swing. I think that's come off of his knee there. I don't think he touched the bat. Yeah, it's up the pad. Next bolt. He goes for a swing. They will get a single out of it. Daz is 3, nearly 6. Yeah, look valid. Mentally, anyway. I'm 21, you muppet. No, you're 3, nearly 6, Daz. 21. Oh, well, you should be actually quite grateful, Daz, because you weren't alive for 2003 with the absolute disaster class that was in rugby union. That was, oh, geez, that broke my heart as a 9-year-old, eh? Like, that really broke my heart watching Johnny Wilkinson kick that. So that will be a single. Sydney singles for Cameron Bancroft, 1 for 66. These bowls from Richard around the 90. And, oh, there's a bouncer. Another good over there from Richard. That's only 10 runs, getting up through 2 overs. Only 5 economy. That's pretty solid. What Mitchell said is also correct. No, what Mitchell said is the only thing correct. Gee whiz, Dad. Get with the times, son. You got to start getting with the times, buddy. Come on. Nate says, Daz with Skull and Beers at the cricket with Bobby Hawke. Mate, Bob Hawke. Now, that's a legend. That's a legend of Australia. My gosh. Bobby Hawke, Richie Beno, Steve Irwin, Preston Campbell. You know, they're the guys that we all remember. Sean Paul says, meanwhile, amidst all this, Unco fumble ball experts say AFL is taking over the NRL in Queensland, New South Wales. They're full of shit. They're full of shit, man. But, you know, they don't believe. I like AFL, but like it's full of shit in regards to that. And that's going to be a single there for Bancroft. No, they're going to go for 2. They will get 2 there for Bancroft. So it'll be 1 for 68. Nice all 2. This is good cricket from the Thunder. I'm glad I put Constus into my team. Constus is currently sitting on, I think, probably about 30 points, Supercoach wise. Oh, what a man. Ah, there's a shot from Bancroft, but there will be man the boundaries. It will be a single. Sydney singles are back. 100% of Victorian poll. Yeah, look, I don't know why people can't just enjoy both sports, eh? Constus is currently on 33 already. He was predicted to get 33. He's a break in with 38. I'm very happy that I have Constus in my team. I would like to see Matty Wade get a catch as a wiki, though. I would like that. Oh, we went for another ramp. He's gone for a sweep and missed it. He's gone for a ramp and missed it, but he hasn't got out. I got Wade, Matty Owen, and Chowdhury right now, and I got Constus and Chris Green. So Constus is doing well, but everyone else is making me sick. But with the the Hobart players, it's more so in regards to the batting. Oh, Sam Constance is gone. He's been bowled. That is just, yeah, Sam Constance was just biting off too much there, man. He's biting off too much and he's just been bowled. And this is the problem with Sammy. Like, it can go so well, but it can also go so not. And that was a really bad shot. Really bad shot choice. America's Cup, if you get sacked, you boss is a bum. Yeah, I did hear that was massive back in the day. That was massive back in the day. I think everyone remembers when we won the America's Cup for the first time or whatever. Brenton says, what's these two dribbler teams doing? Well, these two dribbler teams were the grand finalists last year, Brenton. The Sydney Thunder lost to the Hobart Hurricanes in the grand final last year, or earlier this year, sorry. Earlier this year. All right, Sam Billings, the English international. He'll come out. Loves to take full balls over leg side. Quick hits, hard length, jam for room, dominates off spin, spin ball away. So they're doing, Brenton. These two dribbler teams are doing pretty good. Dribbler teams. Thunder are doing really well. It's just that was a really silly shot choice there from Sam Constance, but we expect it. We do expect it. Don't forget, guys, we'll be live for the entire Ashes. So tomorrow, even if you've got work, take it off, son. Take a day off. Day one of the Ashes in Adelaide. You're not complaining. Next ball. Ah, beautiful shot at the back there from Billings, but it will be a single. Did Sixers win their first match? Brenton, they not only did not win their first match, but they definitely did not win their first match. That's for sure. Yeah, no, definitely want to really kind of knock that one in for you. Not only did they not win, they definitely did not win against the Perth Scorchers. No. And they got beaten pretty well, mate. It wasn't even really competitive in the end. Work, what is that? Mitchell, this is exactly what we're talking about. Sean Pulse, remember my dad literally in tears when Richie Benno passed away back in 2013. He meant a lot to my old man. Yeah, Richie Benno was a huge part of Australian culture. Next ball. And that's going to be shot just for a single for Bancroft. Already had, buddy. Oh, do you let the daycare know you cannot come in tomorrow? Nice. Very nice. So their run rate has definitely gone down from that 207 predicted to now around the 175 marker. Yeah, not the right shot for that ball at all, Constance. It looked like he had already planned it beforehand. Nice, it should be a law that you can take one day off during Ashes. It should be a law that's a public holiday for every Ashes day there is. Then people would really hate England for not playing as much. Both wickets so far have come from Billy Stanlake. So Ahmed comes in for a bowl for his first bowl of the day. Current projected is 177, and that will be a no run, 8.1 overs bowled, 2 for 71 for the Thunder. I'm feeling they get to 180. 180. That'll be a single there for Bancroft to get 22. Which is about 7 or so runs above where they're... Yeah, it is 7, 173. It's 7 runs above what the projected is. I'm going 180. Yes, it is in Adelaide. It starts tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. 180. What are you doing, Des? Why do you keep doing that? Ahmed next bowl. And that's not bad bowling there. It's just going to be a single. Only 2 runs here off the first 3 balls. You're a huge dart fan. Huge darts fan. Massive 180. I was watching a Sidemen video just before and Ethan kept doing that. So that's why it's stuck in my head. Next bowl. Just a single there for Bancroft. Jimmy Davis says, love streaming the darts soon. I've never watched actual darts in my life, to be fair. Again, I just love the way that people go, 180. Live streaming the darts. I'd go to a darts and have a bit of a crack, but live streaming it, don't know about that. I want to get back to women's beach volleyball in the Olympics. That was the best live stream ever. And that was some real live streaming. Single for Sam Billings. I would like Matty Wade for a nice little catch in behind as the wiki would be very nice. Would be very nice. Next bowl. No run. Get Chowdhury out for a bowl. Get McDermott out for get McDermott out for a bowl. Get Mitchell Owen out for a bowl. He can't bowl, but just get him out there, son. Get him out there. Constance out for what did he end up getting? I played foot darts. They should stream that. I would watch. I don't even know what foot darts is. Oh, he got out for 28. Lovely. So he was on 33. So what? You lose runs for a bowl, do you? And if you get bowled. Projected current is now 169. It's a big drop off. It was at 207. They've really slowed down this middle part of the game. First 5 overs were romper stomper. Since then, it's been real slow. They need someone to kind of pick it back up. The bowling's pretty good, though. Chris Jordan comes in for his second over. He's getting up 10 runs in his first over. It's not great. It's not fantastic. Run rate is currently 8.44. They definitely want to bump that up. Next bowl. Just a single. Sydney Singles. They're back. Sydney Singles. PvP with darts at each person's foot. PvP with darts at each person's foot? PvP. Is that like player versus player? I don't know what that means. PvP with darts at each person's foot. Oh, wait. Are you saying where you... Wait, I don't actually know what you're talking about. I actually don't know what that means. They're changing the field here for Sam Billings. Hold on. Next bowl from Jordan. Player versus player. Oh, he's bowled him, son. Billings is gone. Can we get Matty Wade a wicket from the wiki, please? But that will be a wicket there for Chris Jordan. And it's going to be 3 for 77. And the Thunder got off to a rocketing start. And now they're falling away. Falling away. Not the London Bridge isn't... Actually, no, he is English. So the London Bridge is falling down. Falling down. Falling down. The London Bridge is falling down. We're ready for tomorrow. Ready for tomorrow now after seeing an Englishman go out like that. I know it's not in Adelaide, but... Oh, it's a drinks break. I was going to say, dearie me, what's happening here? Why are they all walking out of the field? Punch-on's coming. No, it's a drinks break, guys. So hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. I should go get myself another Coke Zero because this is finished. I should go run and get it. But then again, there's still like 10.4 overs to go here. And then there's the break. You know what? I'm going to quickly do that. Guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Keep coming in the chat. I'm going to give you 2 seconds. I'm going to run and get a Coke Zero. And I will be back a mundo. We're back. We're back. Let me put this charger back in this light so it doesn't turn off like it did last night. Sean Paul says, would have loved watching the 90s league. It was a tribal, raw, and full of grit. Back then, league had proper net pack net pack scrums with both sides generally packing down, not the token restarts we've seen now. I know I really like this style of rugby league we're watching right now. I think this year was a prime time NRL. 2025 was prime time NRL, man. That was fantastic. Fantastic games. Like 70s and 80s, like Sean said, look, I'm not saying that it would have been bad. It would have been great to watch, but a different game. Like back then, it would have been about the physicality of it. Now it's about the speed of it, and the speed of it made for some really entertaining rugby league in 2025. Massive. A lot of comeback victories for teams. A lot of really quality play. A lot of really awful play too. But back in the 70s and 80s, you would have had some awful teams as well. Just look at the first couple of iterations of the Gold Coast franchises. All right, Chris Jordan just got a wicket. And Davies comes up here for the Sydney Thunder. Oh, I think that's going high. Wait, what's happening here? This is really confusing. I think he got back in time, so he didn't get thrown out, but I think it's too high here to go to the DRS. Yeah, they won't. Oh, they are reviewing it. Wow, they are reviewing this. Don't agree with that. I'm pretty certain this is pretty confidently over. I agree with all the players all had day jobs as well. Yeah, look, again, a different game, but I love the way the game is now. So no, I'm not gonna say that I would prefer to watch that. I'd say that would have been great to watch, but I also think what we're watching now is fantastic to watch. So it's a fair delivery. Original decision was not out. Projected current run rate is 165. Okay, let's see. This, that's definitely going high for sure. And it's missing as well, in my opinion. Oh, it did originally look high. This might be closer. It doesn't hit the bat. There's a massive gap between bat and ball. There's no bat. Okay, let's see the playthrough. This actually might be closer. No, it's high. Yeah, it's definitely high. I don't know why they reviewed that. Okay, now they're going to check the run out as well, though. I'm pretty certain he's definitely safe for the run out. Yeah, he's going to be fine. Oh, unless his bat comes up. No, he's fine. The bat is grounded, so that will be a lost review for the Hobart Hurricanes. I don't know why they reviewed that, man. I thought that was pretty confidently over. Made a lot of Purdy blows get ugly very fast. Sure it did. I'm sure it did. All right, Chris Jordan. He's bowling really well in this over. And that's going to be a... No, good fielding. No run. Good fielding. Someone get a nick, please, back to Matty Wade. We want to see a nick. We want to see a nick. We want to see a nick for Matty Wade. Nick for Matty Wade. Nick for Matty Wade. We want a nick for Matty Wade. Don't worry, tomorrow, guys, we're going to be singing the Bubba Azam song. Ba 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 Azam ba 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 Azam. Next ball from Chris Jordan. Only one run. And a wicket from this four balls in the over. And that is very lucky there. But, oh, no, won't get to the boundary. So it'll be 2 for Davies. He'll get off the old quack quack. 2 runs. This is huge bowling from Jordan. Hobart have just suffocated them in the middle of these overs. From the 5th over to the 10th over now, it's been really, really suffocating stuff. All right, Chris Jordan. Next bowl. Oh, he's gone. Jeez, they keep bowling, man. They keep bowling him out. They just keep hitting the stumps. Good bowl from Chris Jordan. What an over. 2 wickets in that over. This is huge bowling here. Massive, massive bowling from the Hobart Hurricanes. Wowee. Bowled him again, and Davies has gone for 2, and the Thunder, they are crumbling right now. Crumbling right now. Jeez, Chris Jordan, What a over. 2 wickets, only 1 run given up. 80s and 90s cricket was also brutal, especially with the likes of Caribbean fast bowlers, Ambrose, and South Africa's pace gun Donald, Finding de Villiers. Yeah, it would have been great back then, but I love the way cricket is as well. I do think cricket was probably at its peak more so around those late 2000s for Australians anyway. So Shadab Khan will come to the crease here. He's going to need to get something going because 4 for 79, that is just not good enough. 3 for 33 in the last 6 overs. This has been just an awful part of the game here for the Thunder. If Khan goes quickly, this Thunder team will get bowled out for less than 120. They originally looked like they were going to get 210. They just fell apart, son. They just absolutely fell apart. And that'll be a single there. Ricky Ponting will be very happy with his bowling. Chris Jordan's been bowling spectacularly. Oh, I'm going to refresh the KO. I'm going to have to refresh the KO here, but it will be just a single there, regardless. Just the old single. I might have to refresh the VPN. Or it might come back on. Maybe. Still waiting for it to load up. No, it's been great bowling. These middle parts, the first 4 overs was just all Sydney Thunder batting, and then I guess once they lost Jilks, they've just really had nothing. And Sam Constance, you would have liked him to stick in a little bit more, but he didn't. He went for a crazy shot. Yeah. Oh no, it's actually working again. It is working again. Oh, they're going to at least get 2. That could be a 4. Oh, that probably is 3. Yeah, there'll be 3 runs there for Shadab Khan. They need him. They need him massively. 3 runs there. Close enough to the boundary, too. Good hit. So what else would you be doing on a Tuesday night? I thought the BBL's good. Like, do I care about the result? Not really, but, on a Tuesday night, there's nothing else really to do, especially not in Fiji. What time's the test start tomorrow for you in Fiji? 11:30 a.m. Good time. Gives me time to have a good sleep and then wake up and get rocking and rolling. That's going to be a single for Bancroft. He's on 27. 11:30. I know it will start for you guys at what, 10:30 a.m. or something like that. Yeah, I think it finishes for me at 7:30. Because what? It's 10 to 6 in it, or is it 10 to 5? I can't remember. It's either 10 to 6 or 10 to 5. Shadab back on strike. Shadab Khan. Surely he's Pakistani too. Thunder are anyway a meme team in BBL. Don't know anyone who genuinely supports them. Yeah, no, I know plenty of people. No, the meme team is the Melbourne Stars, mate. It's not the Sydney Thunder. The Melbourne Stars have always been the meme team of the BBL. Nuggets G Wiz can go straight from the Ashes to the Tim Zoo fight. What a day! No, I'll be streaming the BBL. We're doing the Ashes into the next game of the BBL, which is the Babar Azam show. The Sydney Sixers take on the Adelaide Strikers tomorrow. All day cricket watch. Yeah, it's going to be a long day, bro. It's going to be a long day. Lot of cricket. Absolute lot of cricket. I definitely won't be here during the tea breaks. That'll be when I get a refresher. To be fair, I kind of did that anyway. Like, you do need those breaks from focusing on the cricket so long. Billy Stanlake, he's had a good game so far. 2 for 26 off 2.5. And that's a good shot. There should be man out in the boundary there. There is. So 4, 5, 6, 7 runs off the over. It's a good over. I mean, like, I can go straight from one to the other. Yeah, but that's not, like, cool. We're watching the BBL after. 10:30 a.m. start tomorrow for the game. Nah, it wouldn't be 10:30 a.m. your time in Thailand. It's 10 a.m. in Adelaide. So it couldn't be 10:30 a.m. for you in Thailand. That'd be what, like 8:30 for you or 9:30 for you? No, that'd be 6 in the morning. Yeah, fair enough. 6:30 a.m. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, you're 4 hours behind them. Fair enough. Wait, 10:30? No, the game will start at 10 a.m. It always starts at 10. That'll be a single there. Because we're in Fiji, we're an hour and a half in front of Adelaide. Sean will be back in his first come then. He'll be 3 deep by that point. He'll be 3 deep. Shadab T20 Korea, 323 matches, runs 3,402, strike rate of 136. Ellis, next bowl to Shadab. And that will just be a single. I tell you what, the Thunder have played so boring, bro. This Sydney Thunder team today have been playing really boring cricket. It looked like it was working well in those first 5 overs, but like Thunder they're not going for anything. Whether they can't go for anything because the bowls are good or not, like the Sydney Thunder are playing some pretty soft T20 right now. Like 4 for 88, they're projected as 155. After 4 or 5 overs, they were projected 207. Now they're 155. That tells you how slow they've gone this middle part. They've gone really slow. And that is going to be a single. It's 9:15. Brenton says, I told you they were dribblers, mate. Again, they made the grand final last year. Like I said, I thought Hobart would win this game. That's why I've gone deep on Hobart Hurricanes players in my BBL Supercoach team. And they also have 2 games in this match week. I think they play the Renegades next. I think it's Hurricanes Renegades on Saturday. Next bowl. Yeah, that's going to be a single. I just want a wiki catch for Matty Wade. I just want some super coach points. Just give me one wiki catch for Matty Wade. Sean Jones says, after I water the vegetable garden, mate, I will be no beer until midday. That sucks. No beer until midday. For the Ashes, you got to get India. It's not Australian otherwise. I'm Australian. Okay, Ellis, next bowl. He's given 4 runs through the first 4 balls and another single there for the Thunder. They're actually going to get an extra from a miss throw. So it'll be 2 runs there. So it'll be 6 runs from the first 5 balls. Don't you reckon Zach Lomax really effed up badly? Zach Lomax is a fuckhead. Like, I have no interest in talking about that guy. So 4 for 92 here for the Sydney Thunder. Run rate is 7.77. Zach Lomax is a piece of shit. Like, the guy's a flog, mate. I couldn't care less about his contract. I couldn't care less about what he does with the NRL because that guy is a complete flog. It really is just that simple. Ball since the last boundary for the Thunder is 37. 37. Oh, that will be a thick outside edge, but Bancroft will get a 4 and he'll be on 36. They will. That just as. Oh wait, did they not get a 4 there? Did that not hit the boundary? No, it ended up only being 2. No way Shadab Khan has batted better than Queen Babar. He has, yeah. Shadab Khan's been doing well. Brandon says, how taxes will be through the roof now? Taxes will be through the roof, mate. Massive through the roof. Massive. Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. ED. Oh, that's when they start talking live. Oh boy, hey Thunder, can you do something, man? It's been like 40 balls since you've last got a boundary. 38 balls. This is T20. This is meant to be T20. So current run rate is 157. You need to be bumping that up a little bit higher here because I don't think you have the same kind of bowling quality as we will see from the Hobart Hurricanes middle order. So Richard coming for his 3rd over. And there'll be no run. Good bowl there from Rashad Hussain. They'll be lucky to get 150. They will be. They'll be lucky to get 150. I'm actually going to make a prediction. I originally had them 180. 180. Now I have them at maybe 147. I'll go. Projected is 155. I'm taking 147. I reckon they struggle to get 150. 4 for 95. And the pitch is quite balanced here for both batters and bowlers, to be honest. Oh, that's right. The IPL auction tonight. Oh my gosh, that should have been a catch in behind. Wow, they will finally get a boundary there for Bancroft, but that should have been a catch in behind. Warner would have had 200 by now. Yeah, Warner would have put a lot more pressure on for sure. Yeah, Warner out is a huge loss here for the Sydney Thunder, especially being their captain as well. And that experience. Next bolt. That's going to be a single. They just, I think it might have been Matty Wade. They said, oh, that bowl's very good if it didn't hit the middle of the bat. Well, it did hit the middle of the bat. All right, so Meredith is going to come up for a bowl. It's 4 for 102. At least they do get past the hunch. Is he injured? Yes. Yeah, he injured his side. So I feel like maybe, I hope it's not an oblique. Next bowl. Oh, they go for the sweepy sweep. He's very lucky they didn't carry. And it will be a 2 on the miss throw. So Bancroft will get to 42. Of course, Warner's injured. Yeah, he would definitely be playing. Otherwise, what, you think they're going to drop David Warner? If they weren't going to play him, they wouldn't sign him with his age. Geez, they would need 10 runs per over to get 172 now. Yikes, they really fell slow. I would love to see the tracker, the up and down tracker. That's going to be... Oh, jeez, it keeps freezing up here. It'll be a single for Bancroft. Jeez, I tell you what, the Thunder have been playing such boring cricket in this last 8 overs that I'm genuinely yawning. I'm genuinely yawning. I definitely, at the end of these 20 overs, I definitely need to go to the bathroom and just wash my face and wake myself up because the Thunder have played some pretty lackluster cricket for the last 8.2 overs. Like, at least with... Oh, that's going to be up in the air. Oh, my gosh, that was nearly a worldie of a catch. Wow, that would have been spectacular if he got it. Chris Jordan went for a big dive. It'll only be a single there for Shadab. But, geez, Chris Jordan, that would have been huge. Warner's too busy in the commentary box. Loves the old commentary box. Oh, dude, that would have been huge. That would have had them done for under 140. Maybe at 140, 150. That's a good bowl, though. Tough one because it was hit very hard. Next bowl. Oh! It might be a wide. It is a wide. This is what you have what happens when you have Coke from a can. It's the sugar that makes you sleepy. No, truly, Sean. Like, I'm usually pretty sweet. Like, I'm usually pretty fine. But it's just that this game right now, the Sydney Thunder are playing boring cricket. You know, and for 2020, like, am I saying it's the Sydney Thunder? Maybe it's just how good the Hobart Hurricanes bowling has been, which has been good. But, you know, for a T20, it has been super slow since that 5th over. Like I said, they were 3 for 33 through like 6 overs. In BBL, that's just not great. They got 2 runs out of that for Bancroft, who been 45. And they're on 109. They're on target for roughly about 135 or so, which is also not spectacular. And I feel like Hobart Hurricanes, Mitchell Owen, Chowdhury, David and the likes, like they should be able to get the job done. Hobart team. Ben McDermott. Actually. Okay, next bolt. Up in the air, up in the air, up in the air. Can Matty White get there? Oh, it's actually going to go for a 2. They're very lucky that got just a little bit too far away from the chasing Matty Wade. Okay, so I need Meredith for 2 wickets. Sanger 1, Jordan 1. Well, Jordan definitely got 1. Chris Jordan was fantastic bowling. He got 2 wickets in the 1 over. But I don't think Meredith has got. No, it's been Chris Jordan and Billy Stanlake with the 4 wickets so far. 2 wickets each. So Bancroft on 47, Shadab on 9. Like Bancroft has gotten a score here. It's not a fast score, but he's gotten 47. And that'll be shot just for a single. Just for a single. Yeah, Meredith bowling hasn't been great. That's 14 overs down. That's 3. Is it 3 overs down for him? Yeah, 34 runs given up to 3 overs. It's not awful, but it's not fantastic with an economy of about 11. Just over 11. 11.2 or whatever. 1.3 per over. Everyone says, bloody hell, that Bournemouth vs United was a goal fest. I didn't even see what the score was. Hold on. Let's have a look. Oh, boy, 4-4. They didn't even win. How about a Bournemouth? 4-4. Wow. Wowee. It's 2-2 at half time. They both scored 2 goals again in the second half. I got Constance for 1-6 up. Constance, I think, did get a 6. I think he did. Power surge being taken here. Power surge by the Thunder. Power surge has been activated. Here we go. 4-4 is crazy. Yeah, I think Constance got a 6. Chris Jordan back on for a bowl. Got 2 wickets already. Current run rate now is projected at 160, so at least it bumps it up a little bit, but I still think they need to be higher. I feel like Hobart will smack it around on here. And that will be, well, Chris Jordan actually bowled them twice, by the way, in that 1 over. Just keep bowling the stumps, you keep getting them. I just want one catch from Matty Wee. Just one catch from Matty Wee. Got a 7-legged multi in this game. Yeah, I don't see Meredith getting 2 wickets, but, best of luck. Thunder Power Surge is overs 15 and 16. We're 14.1 overs down. I think the Hobart Hurricanes will win this pretty confidently with like 6 wickets in hand. I think they'll win by 6 wickets. Unless the Thunder can put on a miracle show here and bump their score up to a 190. Oh my gosh, he should have bowled him again. Oh my gosh, Chris Jordan should have bowled him again, but it'll be a no run. It breaks right through Shadab Khan, but just doesn't hit the wicket. Need some of the local drink for the next 20 overs. That would be a good thing. Well, tomorrow I'm going to be exhausted for that BBL. I'm going to be exhausted for the BBL. Big eyes. Well, hey. Well, the next 5 days, really. I think Saturday there's even 2 games. I'm not sure in both games, I don't reckon. I'll do Ashes and then 1 BBL game. I don't think I can do 2. Up in the air. Oh, but it goes over the top, and that will go for a 2 for Shadab Khan. 14.3 overs down, 4 for 115. Yeah, with the power surge, this is where they need to just go for a bit of a slap. Because if they don't, it'll be an easy chase here for Hobart at home. I hope that we do see that Hobart do struggle a little bit and it's not just an easy walkover. But right now it's looking like it's probably going to be a walkover for mine. That's a big shot, but it's just going to go for a single. Good fielding. Great fielding. Great fielding. Fielding, not fielding. Bancroft on 49 from 36. Good score. Without Bancroft, this Thunder team would have been dreadful today. There would be 4 wickets down for... Jeez, there'd be 4 wickets down for about 60. Sean Paul says Thunder playing boring cricket. Yeah, this is very boring T20 cricket from the Thunder. But again, the Hobart Hurricanes are bowling well. It's not massively exciting. Like, look how many times I'm yawning. If it's exciting cricket, like there's no way I'd be yawning. But right now I'm yawning because it's just really slow. And Bancroft will get a 50 doing just a single, which is normal. But last night in the Brisbane Heat Renegades game, at least we saw some, excitement. At least we saw them kind of going for a bit of a whack. T20, the reason why people care about it even slightly is because it's just about going for a whack. Right this very second, I feel like I'm watching a one-dayer. I feel like this is a one-dayer right now, the way that the Thunder are batting. I do feel like it's heavily one-dayer. Projected current is 158. Next ball. You got me yawning now. Well, what do you want me to do? I'm trying to survive here, Brenton. I'm just trying to survive. Single there for Shadab Khan. He'll be on 13. And that'll be the end of Chris Jordan's over. He's 2 wickets for 19 runs through 3 overs. Mr. 3Ts, his high set greetings from Bangladesh. We will tour in 2026. Well, we'll see you then, son. We will see you then. You better be ready. You better be ready. My goodness me, it's going to be... Australia's going to be coming in hot, mate. They're going to be coming in so hot. The Australian team is so hot. Ibrahim says, quite contagious, that yawn. Well... yawn away. Up in the air. That is a huge shot from Cameron Bancroft. But it will. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. It's going to be a 6. That could have been caught, but it was a juggle on the boundary. But it is going to end up being a 6 there. Meredith was doing his best to try and keep that in. But we'll go for the 6. Need Wade 30 plus, Davies 20 plus, and Owen for 6. I hope so, because I've got Matty Wade and Mitchell Owen in my Supercoach team, and I got Mitchell Owen as my captain, so I want him to go for a hunch, mate. I needed him to go for a hunch. That'll be 70 metres on that 6, but it was very lucky to be a 6. Very lucky. Mr. 3T says, after 2003, we are terrible in Test cricket. Yeah, look, Australia should be winning that series really, really easily, to be completely honest with you. I feel like Bangladesh is an interesting team. Like, I don't really know what to... Not Test cricket. Test cricket-wise, we should roll you. But in regards to, like, T20, maybe you're okay. Is T20 your best cricket? I don't know what Bangladesh is really known for nowadays. Maybe T20? Good bowl there from Ellis. No run. But it's Jake Weatherald would have caught that. And Jake Weatherald, he's going to hit a hunch. He's going to hit a hunch tomorrow, son. Weatherald's at the Hurricanes now, isn't he? Where is Jake Weatherald actually? I know he was originally at the Adelaide Strikers. Who plays with Tasmania, both first class and one day cricket. Yeah, he plays for the Hobart Hurricanes. Yeah, Jake Weatherald used to be at the Strikers, though. But if Weatherald was... That's how good this team is. They would have Jake Weatherald here. That's going to be shot beautifully through for a good... No, the fielding was okay, but it will be hit too hard. It will be a boundary for Bancroft to get 60. They're waking us up a little bit now. No ODI. Are you saying your best is ODI, Mr. 3T? As in, or are you saying there's no good ODI for Bangladesh? Nate says the bangers go good in T20. The bangers go good? He actually did a good grab at that, but just lost control in the end. No, he just didn't have the... It was pretty much impossible for him to get that on that second grab. Next ball. Oh, no run. Is there no cap in the BBL? I don't. There would be because if Supercoach is a captain, then surely. But is there a salary cap in the BBL? I'm sure there would be. Every Australian sport has a cap. Every Australian sport, but you've got to remember they wouldn't be paying Jack Weatherwood that much as well because at the end of the day he would not be playing. He would be on a very much playing. The big time players would probably be like Stevie Smith and whatnot, knowing they're not going to play too much. They'd be on a significant contract for when they're playing, but they would also just get a bonus for having your name associated with it. Like you'd still get paid regardless, but it wouldn't be absolutely gigantic. But if you're playing for them, then it would be very significant. But it's just the tests and the off-season internationals and what not off-season, the on-season internationals. That would limit them a bit. So yes, the Big Bash League has a salary cap, which is significantly increased to $3 million per club per season as part of a new pay deal in 2023, up from around $1.9 million. This cap covers all player payments, but there are flexible rules allowing clubs to sign marquee players and Cricket Australia contracted players, sometimes outside of their main cap, for better talent retention, with top players now earning over $400,000. So basically, the players who play for Australia and whatnot are outside of the cap, and that would be because, like teams like the Brisbane Heat, who have Usman Khawaja, Michael Nisa, Marnus Labuschagne, they can sign these players outside of the salary cap because I guess they're not playing too much, but they're probably... There's 3 teasers right now. Maybe South Africa can challenge Australia because Gambia destroyed India. ODI has best performance because we reached the quarterfinal in the 2015 Cricket World Cup and semi in 2017 Champions Trophy. Didn't we win the ODI in 2015? I think I was at the final. It was Australia versus New Zealand in the ODI World Cup final at the MCG, wasn't it? I think I was there for it. Yeah, today is the IPL mini auction. Yeah, I do know about that. Is that in English? I might watch it. I'm not going to stream it, but I might watch it. No, Jets, BBL is more for love than money, or they'd all be playing in the IPL. Nah, the quality of players in the BBL, not all of them would make the IPL. The IPL has huge. But again, the contracts wise, I feel like for Australians, they don't give a shit and they say, like, we're going to play in the BBL regardless if we have the opportunity. But the contracts for IPL players basically say to Indians they can't play in the IPL. That's why you don't see the big time players otherwise, because the BBL is on at a different time to when the IPL is on. So it's not actually directly a competition, but yet the IPL do limit the ability for Indian players to come and play here, whilst we allow our players to go there. But that's because the IPL is the main T20 tournament in the world. It is. Billy Stanlake. Billy Stanlake will get the wicket of Bancroft on 61. 5 for 138. Cameron Bancroft, after a stellar innings of 61 for 44, he is gone. And with 3.1 overs to go here, 5 for 138. What a peach of a bowl there. Yeah, LBW. Oh, no, he's hit the stump, sorry. He hit the stump. It could have been LBW anyway, to be fair. In English, Abu Dhabi. Oh, fair enough. There you go. BBL is a scouting ground for the IPL. Internationals are a scouting ground for the IPL, but I guess you're right. Who was the highest ever IPL auctions? So Bancroft will go 5 for 138. Highest ever IPL auctions. Here we go. Mitchell Starc went for 24.75 crore. Mitchell Starc was the highest ever, was the most expensive buy at IPL mini auctions. 24.75 crore to AUD. And that is, oh no, sorry, not crowd. Crore to AUD. What? Indian crore. 24.75 Indian crore is approximately 445,000 AUD. Is that right? I feel like it should be more. It should be more. All right, so Samuel Sams comes in, and he will get a single. So he'll be off the duck eggs. It'll be 5 for 139. Surely that's wrong. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, Cam Green has just been sold to the Kolkata Knight Riders for 25.20 crore. It's on now. Oh, that's 4.1 million. Auction price of 4.1 million Australian dollars for Cameron Green. Wowee. To Kolkata Knight Riders. IPL, the money in 6 weeks of cricket, I would wear a pink dress. Yeah, exactly right. I am considering doing the IPL. I am considering it because I will be in Vietnam and that area, so it will be a good time slot for me. Olivia says, just finished my last work staff meeting of the year. We had to write a goal for 2026. Mine was to win $1 million. No, yours should have been for the Gold Coast Titans to win the competition. That's what you should have been saying, Olivia. Cam Green playing the IPL. Get around him for Kolkata. Kolkata Knight Riders. 3 overs to go here. 5 for 139. Currently on target for 164. Up in the air. Oh my gosh. It will be a 4. Unfortunately, just no one was there for it. Boundary. Ponting and Warney would have made $500 million each in the IPL. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine how much like Brett Lee and Adam Gilchrist and Shane Warne, Ricky Ponting, buddy. Deary me. Olivia says, no, the Titans are winning undefeated. Yeah, we know, Olivia. No, that's exactly right. Yeah, Brett Lee, Adam Gilchrist, Mitchell Johnson. Deary me. Now we're talking. Now we're really talking. Next bolt. Oh, that's gone up in the air. That's a 6 for sure from Daniel Sams. He's opening up and he's pulling them through now. See, this is what happens. You know, now we're not so like tired. You see, when the game's actually going, we're going. There's a 6 there from Daniel Sams. It's exciting stuff now. Give us some excitement, Sams. Well, Mitchell, he gave us some excitement. 72 metres on a 6. And the crowd to be off chops at games. Yeah, I was going to go to an IPL game when I was in Mumbai. When I was going to be in Mumbai, I was going to go to a Mumbai Indians game, but unfortunately I had to leave the country. But I was going to go to a Mumbai Indians game, and I was in Delhi when there was no game, and I was in Jaipur just before the season started for the Rajasthan Royals. So unfortunately I wasn't able to go to an IPL game. But when I go back, I'll go to an IPL game for sure. And I might consider going with my BKRtravel stuff that I've got planned for next year. I am considering darting to India for maybe a couple of weeks and going to some. Might go just to Kolkata, to be fair, because it's the closest to where I'll be as my base in Vietnam. But could go to Kolkata, could go to Mumbai Indians game. Yeah. Shadab isn't even in Pakistan team, yet playing better than Zimbabwe. Shadab isn't in Pakistan team, but yet he's playing better than Babar Azam. He played better than Shaheen Afridi last night. Muhammad Rizwan. But Shadab Khan's been playing well here. Daniel Sams on 13, by the way, 17.3. There's still 2.3 overs to go here, so that means there's still 15 balls left. They're at 151, so they've actually been able to pull it back together a little bit. I honestly reckon having players of Indian origin in the NRL, that'd be an awful idea because Indians do not play rugby league. They don't care about rugby league. I can promise you I've been to India. They couldn't care less about anything besides cricket. Hockey is their national sport. They couldn't care less about anything in hockey. They care about cricket. Rugby league will never be big in India. Never. You could have people play it and they wouldn't even know it exists. It's just not how India operates, man. It's a huge untapped market. Nah, I've been to India, mate. Like I knew some people there who were expats who knew rugby league. I guarantee you, no one in India will care. It's not their sport. It's not a sport for them. They're not physically built. They're not a strong structural, group of people in India. Comparatively, it's more about the precision of cricket because it's very easy for. With all due respect, cricket is a very easy game to play for people who don't have money. And a lot of people in India don't have money. So rugby league is a sport where they don't have grass fields for starters. Most of them, pretty much everywhere, won't have grass fields unless you're very, very wealthy. It'll be on dirt. And it's cricket and that's it. India will never embrace rugby league. Never, never. Never, never, never. Lofiana Khan Pereira is part Pakistani, and not a single Pakistani would know who Lofi Khan Pereira is, and not a single Pakistani will care what rugby league is. It's just not that part of the world. It's never going to change. India will always be cricket. Pakistan will always be cricket. Big inside edge there, and that's going to be 2 there for the Thunder. Spencer says, Gurinder Sandhu is the worst BBL player in BBL history. Prove me wrong. Oh, dear me. Gurinder Sandhu. Mr. 3T says they literally won the Champions Trophy by playing on one venue. Yeah, look, we have our debate about India and the Champions Trophy and whatnot, but I also think that I don't believe they should have played in Pakistan because of safety reasons, but I also don't think they should have been allowed into the competition. I think that's a fair. I think that's a fair thing to say. I think if you can't play in Pakistan because of your political rivalry, fair enough. You can't play the tournament. You shouldn't be able to have the advantage of being able to play in Dubai. Sri Lanka plays rugby. They do, and they get pumped. Anyway, so that's going to be Chris Jordan. They get pumped by awful teams. It's never going to be that thing over there. It's never. Most countries play rugby league, or most countries play rugby union. Doesn't mean they're any good at it, or ever will be good to it. All right, so 18 overs down, it's 5-156. 4, 6, 2, 2, 2, and 1 off that over. Geez, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 runs off the over. That's definitely been his worst bowling so far, Chris Jordan. 18 off 3 overs, and then gave up 36. Gave up 18 off that over just then. Yikes. Their team can't Pereira's. Their team defensively would get murked, but attacking-wise, it'd be unreal. Projected current is 173. So Riley Meredith comes in. Okay, well, Nathan, I think it was you. You need him to get 2 wickets. You need him to have an incredible over here. You need him to get a 2-wicket over. Chris Jordan did it before. Well, let's see if Meredith can do it. And that will be a twosie for Daniel Sams. They should be on 5 for 158. Meredith has given up 36 runs through 3.1. That is an awful economy. If anyone can get the Lords to it, cricket game or not. What do you mean? Hat-trick over and coming. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. All right, next bowl here from Meredith. 11 balls remain. Oh, inside edge there onto his pad, but that'll be a single. Spencer says, can you bring up Gurinder Sandhu's BBL record? Guarantee he averages less than 10 runs, goes for 12s on his bowling and can't field to save himself. Spencer, did you lose a bet with Gurinder Sandhu? Have you lost a bet? BBL stats. I'm going to get this up for you. Have you lost a bet? Why do you hate Gurinder Sandhu so much? What's this guy done? Is he slept with your missus or something? What's happened? Why do you hate this guy? What's he done, mister? What's he done? Oh, big miss. Here we go. Statistics. Oh my gosh, that's just missed the leg stump, by the way. All right, so best bowling is 4 for 22. Average of 25.5. His economy is 8.04. He's had 76 innings, 78 wickets, 1,962 runs, 271 dot balls, 18.78 strike rate bowling. Next bowler here from Meredith, and that's up in the air, and that should be a 6, and that is the 6 there from Shadab Khan. He's having a good game here. That's 26 runs for Shadab Khan. So batting-wise for Gurinder Sandhu, 27 innings, 110 runs, 97.35 strike rate, 9.17 on average. 20 is his highest score, 6 is 3, 4 is 8, balls faced 113, not outs 15. He's had 3 player of the matches. So that's his, but he does average less than, his average is 9.17, so he does average less than 10 runs. I reckon Hobart going to take this quite easily. I do think Hobart wins this one pretty easily, yeah. And that is going to be a single for Shadab Khan. Bet is gone. Bet's gone, Nath. Bet is gone. 3.5 overs down. Meredith has given up 43 runs. Jeez, he's not had a good bowling day today. Hugh Weebgen almost had the game last night. I wouldn't say he almost had the game, but he did well. He did really, really well, Weebgen. Projected current is 176 now. They've really improved it from 147 to 176. They're going to go 2 runs here. Yeah, they'll go back in time. Whoa, good throw. Jeez. They hit the stumps, but he will be safe. All right, one more over to go here for the Sydney Thunder. Yeah, the first 5 overs were very good from the Thunder. Over 5 through 15, or over 6 through 15, was just awful. But then since then, it's been really killer. They've been killing it. Oh, geez, look at those overs between over 4 and over 15. Oh, that's yikes. Jimmy Pearson might be the greatest batsman of all time. Jimmy Pearson is the greatest batsman of all time. Projected current run rate is 177. They're on 168. I'm feeling, well, I did, remember when I said 180? There's still a chance of 180 here. 5 for 169. Come on, get me to say it. 5 for 169. I originally said 180. But then it didn't look likely. And now it looks probably likely. Daniel Sanders has been very important here. And so is Shadab Khan. 4 balls, 2 wickets is doable. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. So Ellis to Daniel Sams. He's been killing it, and he will smack it just for a single. Will they go for 2? They will only go for the single there. So 5 for 170. Come on, 10 more runs. 10 more runs. Don't forget, guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. We've got a full day of Ashes cricket tomorrow. A full day of Ashes cricket. Next bowl here from Ellis. Oh, that's a good shot over the top there from Shadab Khan for a 4, and he's on 32. Shadab Khan, he's just absolutely killing it right now. He's killing it. 36 off 16 for this partnership. Well, at least they're giving Hobart at least a decent enough chase now. This tells you the interest that the BBL is drawing in, though. Look at the crowd. There's barely anybody there for a team that literally won the trophy last year, or early this year. Oh, beautiful shot over the top there, and that will... Oh, we two. Look at the crowd, dude. It's so poor. I know it's a Tuesday night, but like, look at the crowd. It really tells you where the BBL is at currently. So 2 balls to go here. Can they do it? Just 4 more runs. That's all I want. That's all I want. What's BBL doing wrong? Crowds have been dismal. It's just because it's too gimmicky, and people, they're just not into cricket as what they used to be. They just aren't. They will. Oh, he's got him out. Oh, Shadab is out. He went for a big shot, and he has been caught out on the boundary. He has been caught out on the boundary by Shouldery. Hey, that's going to be great for my Supercoach team. That catch, that'll be great for my Supercoach team. I get some points for Nikhil Shouldery. Yeah, United drew yesterday. Good, scumbags. But yeah, no, that's funny. 4-4, hilarious. Yeah, look, Smith, it's just about it's too gimmicky, dude. No one really cares about cricket in general, but if they're going to care about something, they care about England Ashes series, and then they care about India because of the annoying Indian fans. It's not because they care about the cricket. It's because they want Australia to win so they can slap the Indian fans. That's kind of how it is. Odejo says, Whitehaven, we're not playing. He injured. He is injured. He is injured, mate. So he's not playing today. But they do expect him to play, I think, on Saturday in their next game. No, that's a 6. Hold on. Who do the Thunder play in their next game? It might be Thunder versus... Let me have a look. No, Sydney Sixers. Sydney Thunder versus Sydney Sixers is on Saturday. So they do expect David Warner to play in that game on Saturday. All right, so we've got one more ball remaining here. One more ball remaining. Come on, we want a 4 for the 100 and... Ah, there it is. It's 180. 180. 180. They finish on 6 for 180. 6 for 180. He injured wicket need. 6 for 180. 20 overs. Miffel English, that's impossible. It is impossible. But look, Thunder, they managed a pretty good score in the end, considering that overs 5 through 15 were boring as batshit. But the first 5 overs and the final 5 overs there were actually really exciting stuff. So, look, this is set up for actually a good game now. Hobart should chase this. I do think Hobart will win this game. Mitchell Owen's going to get 180 by himself. 180 from Mitchell Owen, which would be huge because he's the captain on my Supercoach team. But, yeah, look, hopefully it's going to be a good chase here. At least they're advantage to something. I'm going to quickly go wash my face, get all prettied up for you for the second innings here. It is the break. So, guys, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. I'll be back in about 5 minutes' time. Keep using the chat. Keep talking in the chat. And I'll be back in just a few momentos. But before I go, last thing I'm going to say is 180. And we are back. Daz, mate, with his typical horrific comments. My goodness me. Just horrific. Oh, no, I just realised. Oh, I am unmuted. Don't worry. I went and put a jacket on too because it's cold in my air-conditioned room. And don't suggest to me that I turn the aircon off because that's not what we do around here, son. Beautiful. Beautiful in the cold. Get a jacket on. Now we're talking. That's what I love. Spencer says, India has money for cricket, but they take all the coolness out of the sport. Kids think Virat Kohli is lame when compared to guys like Steph Curry or Cristiano Ronaldo. And you also cricket was better when it was Aussies, New Zealand, England, and Windies. I hate to say it, but I don't really like India take over cricket. They're not fun rivals. I will agree that they're not necessarily. I wouldn't say they're not fun rivals, but it's a different rivalry to what we have with England. England is very good in regards to banter. We get each other. We understand how we sledge each other. We don't take it too seriously, but we do really fire up behind the ashes. The English rivalry will always be number one. But when it comes to India, it is more about being the bigger team. And like, even if we lose, we can always say with one more trophies and whatnot, we are the more successful team by far. But it is very much a competitive rivalry. And it really, for mine, I take my fun out of beating them because it is about ego with India. With England, it's not really about ego. It is just more about beating your mates in a lot of ways, and really wanting to beat guys that you know you can have a laugh with, right? That's kind of what it is with England. Mr. 3 teases India vs Pakistan, not a cricketing rivalry. That is a political rivalry that shows its face during cricket, but that is not a pure cricketing rivalry. What has Pakistan done to be considered a cricketing rivalry on a specific level with India? Nothing. So it's not a cricketing rivalry, but it is definitely a political rivalry that shows its face in cricket. Ben says he's swimming in a pool made of Coke Zero. I wish, mate. Slappers, there's something about slapping poms that never gets old. It'll just never get old. Like if this was, it's like with the All Blacks with the Australians, right? With the Wallabies, it just never gets old for them. And it will never get old for us beating England. But we do want it to be a competitive rivalry. Just like the Kiwis always want the All Blacks to be Wallabies competitive rivalry, but it just doesn't end up being the case. But yeah, look, the English will always be our biggest rivals, but I will tell you, India will grow on you because they will just because social media has come to India, you just don't hear the end of it. Like for example, Pakistan's a great example here with Babar Azam. You know, for the last weeks, hearing about Babar Azam being at the Sydney Sixers, it's just incessant, dude. It is absolutely. You saw it on my chat the other day when we were watching the Sydney Sixers. We had, you know, like 300, 400 people watching a BBL game, all of which pretty much from Pakistan, and all it was asking me about King Babar Azam. And this is that part of the world where they just will spam because there's so many people there. Australia has 26 million population, and majority of people don't give a shit about cricket. India has 1.4 billion. And Pakistan has like 350 million people. So no matter what, you're just going to be flooded with the shit. So it will become more of an annoying rivalry rather than the fun rivalry that England and Australia is. All right, so we're about to see if the Hobart Hurricanes can chase down a 6 for 180 score for the Sydney Thunder. Can they get it done? This will be huge. Now, in my BBL Supercoach team, I had Sammy Constas, who ended up getting 28, but I'd like him to get a catch or something like that. Now, my captain is Mitchell Owen, who's batting. Well, I've got both the openers, Nikhil Chowdhury and Mitchell Owen, but Chowdhury has got 10 points already. Chris Green's got 4 points. I don't know where that came from. But Chowdhury got 10 from that catch in the outfield. Whilst I need Mitchell Owen to go back gangbusters, son. I need him to go gangbusters here. Always, sort of in regards to India. Brett says we don't have any other rivalries against other countries because we just slap them. We do, yeah. Like South Africa obviously beat us in the World Test Championship, and they are a competitive game a lot of the time. Not when they come to Australia. But it's competitive when we play overseas. Jacob says, how did Constance bat? Where do you see him progressing moving forward with the Oz team? Interesting, man. I don't think he's a test cricketer for sure. And yet again, it proves this with the way he played today. He played a couple of sweep shots that he completely missed. He played a ramp shot that he completely missed. And then as he went for a big slap, he got bowled. So, look, it's very typical from Sam Constance. I would like to see him do better. I would really like to see him kind of become the player that he has the potential to become. But unfortunately, he still plays really silly shots. And it's like he pre-plans his stupid plays too. Like the ball that he got bowled on, he was going for a huge slap for a 6, and it just wasn't the play for that type of shot that he made. So, still significant inexperience, and if he's struggling with that at a T20, you're definitely not looking at it for a test. He just does not have that capability for a test, in my opinion, right this very second. He is still very young. A lot to learn is what I'll say. A lot to learn. If he gets it right, when he gets it right, he'll be a huge player. But yeah, he went for about 20. I think he got 28 runs in the end. What did he get? He got 28 runs. But yeah, that when he got bowled was just rough to watch. Mr. 3T says, I love T20. Yeah, look, Australians don't. Most Australians care about just test cricket and only get with the Ashes, really. Green hit a boundary off the last ball. Oh, did he? Oh, that's how he got his 4. Beautiful. Beautiful. How do I rate Afghanistan? Afghanistan's a cheeky little team. Nothing too spectacular, but a cheeky little team. Would like to see them improve. Who was that really big Afghani player that played in the BBL a couple of years ago for the Strikers? Oh, man. I can't remember what his name was. He was a huge player for Pakistan. He's a bowler. He could bowl and bat. He was an all-rounder, but he was mainly a bowler. Played for the Adelaide Strikers. I can't think of his name. When someone puts it in the chat, I'll remember it. I think Afghanistan's a cheeky little team, but nothing too out of this world. They can be tricky opponents. Rashid Khan, that's the one with 3T. Yeah, Rashid Khan. No, he was a good player. I really liked watching him. And there was also a Nepalese player who played really well quite a few years ago now. It might have been 6-7 years ago. He was a very freshie. He was playing for the Renegades or the Stars. He was a Nepalese player. He never really exploded in the BBL, but he looked good at the very start. Nepalese player. Can't remember his name either. But no, I really did like Rashid Khan. Like I said, Afghanistan is not a world beater, but they do know how to make it tricky. Muhammad Nabi, not Muhammad Nabi. No, I'm thinking of a different one. Again, a young player that looked like he was going to be huge and just didn't. I think he ended up playing for the Stars, but he was originally Renegades, maybe? Hold on. Nepal BBL player. I'm actually going to be in Nepal next year. Sandeep Lamashane. That's it. Sandeep Lamashane, who played for the Melbourne Stars and the Hobart Hurricanes, becoming a significant name for Nepal and T20 leagues globally. That was BBL career and personal legal issues led to a conviction in 2023. Oh, what happened? Yeah, it was Sandeep Lamashane. Yeah. What happened? Career faced a major disruption after a conviction in Nepal in late 2023, impacting his ongoing participation. What was the conviction? What happened? What was his conviction? I don't know enough about the situation. All right, we're about to see. He's from Nepal. Yeah, no, I know. I said Nepalese player. What is the controversy? Oh, shit. Okay. Damn. Okay, we're not going to mention that. Wow. Okay, that was pretty serious of a conviction. Yikes. Big yikes there for Lamashane. All right, so I'm going to update the scorecard any moment now. When it does, I'm going to see if I can update it now. I'm going to see if I can update it now to the Hurricanes. Because they are about to come out and bat with Mitchell Owen and Shadowry, and Mitchell Owen will get underway with a single. They will get a single to open up his account. So that's beautiful for my captaincy. Beautiful. Give me some runs, baby. Give me some runs, Mitchell Owen. We want some sixes, mate. Hit 700 sixes tonight, Mitchell Owen. That's what we want. And Shadowry will get 1 too. Again, I've got both of these openers in my Supercoach team. I got both of them in. So I want them to go gangbusters here. Absolutely gangbusters. Top league T20 career, matches 202, wickets 240, economy of 8.4. He is the bowler. Yeah, yikes. I was not expecting to see what I saw there in regards to Sandeep. So that is the reason why he didn't become the player. Who is this top league bloke? I'm not too sure, but he's had 200 matches in T20 career. What's happening right now? Why are we waiting for so long? Oh, they're having a few problems with the foot marks or something. I don't know what's happening here. We've seen 3 balls bowled, and I don't know what's happening. Very good through covers for Nikhil Chowdhury. Quick hits, hard length, 7 to 8 metres angling in, and Shadab Khan, good matchup, spinning away. Jacob says, early shout on who's favourite to win the BBL. Well, Perth looked good against the Sydney Sixers in the first game. They looked really strong. Hobart, bowling-wise, looked good until the final 5 overs here, in the first 5 overs, but they looked really good to be able to restrict in the middle part. If they didn't restrict in the middle part, we could have been seeing a 220 to 250 from the Sydney Thunder at one stage because they really limited them down. They still got to 180. They still got there. But like we could have been seeing a 220 if... What's happening here? We're still waiting. We're still waiting here for this game to get back underway. Yeah, look, Jacob, I'm probably saying off of the first 3 games I've watched, if I want to see how Hobart playing the batting here, I would say it would be the Scorchers. I think last night's game was a bit of a shithouse bowling affair from both teams. Need some sand. We got the sand coming out here for the bowlers. Yeah, Daz, I couldn't mention it. I could not mention it. I don't know much about them, Mr. 3T. That's why I didn't answer it. I don't know much about them. All right. Still waiting. Scorchers looked unreal, I thought. Yeah, I think that it's going to be very difficult for the Brisbane Heat. Even though they're playing the Gabba on Friday, it'll be a very interesting game. Because I don't think the Brisbane Heat were bad batting. I think they were just really bad bowling. Oh, there's a big shot there from Mitch Owen over the top, and that will go for a boundary. That will go for a 4. Mitch Owen, go you, captain, good man. Go you, good man, for my super coach. Come on. Come on. These bombs are always whinging. They are the whinging bombs for a reason, sir. They are the whinging bombs. I just got back from the coast and spilt milk. Yeah, I did hear there was a big concert thing happening on the Gold Coast. And next bowl from Topley. Just go for boundary to Michelle, and he's now going to hit up at 6. Oh, yes, he is. I actually called that too. It's a boundary 6. See you later over the fence. On. Sean Paul, brother, I've got to step in here quickly. I understand you love your rugby league, mate, but at the end of the day, this is the off-season rugby league. We'll talk plenty of rugby league when it's the on-season. Occasionally, we'll talk about rugby league and other sports and whatnot, but at the end of the day, this is a cricket stream. So let's try and keep the conversation about cricket. I could not give a shit about what's happening at the West Tigers right now, to be completely honest with you. But I will give a shit about it when the rugby league season is more underway. Right now, we are trying to focus a lot more on the cricket because it's a game we are watching. The people who are watching the cricket here don't necessarily give a shit about rugby league and whatnot. So, look, again, at some point we will speak more about that. But I just see a common trend where you're trying to talk about rugby league the entire time, and it's like, whilst I respect you and I appreciate you for tuning into the conversation, tuning into the stream, this isn't a rugby league stream, and we will get back to rugby league at some point. But it is currently December, where there is no rugby league whatsoever, and there hasn't been for months, and there won't be for months. So I just need to really put that out there. All right, so next bowl here from Topley. And, oh my gosh, Mitch Owen puts it up and will hit the boundary for a 4. Mitch Owen gets to 15. And this is a huge start. 16 off the over there for the Hobart Hurricanes. Owen on 15, Chowdhury on 1. Here in Bangladesh, Dhaka is a ranked turner. Chittagong is Waka. I don't know what you just said. I don't even know what you just said there. Chittagong is Waka, Bangladesh, Dhaka, ranked. I don't know what's on there. Start the greatest left armour. I believe so, yeah. I believe so. Mitchell Stark is unbelievable. I think he's got the most wickets for a lefty. I lost track for cricket and I want to get into it. What does Brisbane Heat expect to finish? Oh, after what we saw, they played last night and they got about 198. 1 second. Next bowl here from Daniel Sams, his first of the over. And no run. Brisbane Heat are an interesting one, man. They got 196 last night against the Renegades team that was okay. Their bowling for the Brisbane Heat is awful. They have a lot of international players where they don't play. So like Michael Nisa, Usman Khawaja, and Marnus Labuschagne. So they have a lot of players who won't play for them much this year. I don't know. I've probably got them sitting around that 4 area. And I've got Scorchers above them. I've got Hobart above them. And yeah, oh, that's up in the air from Chowdhury. This should be gone. It should be gone. And oh, Smith does Sandhu. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Both Davies and Sandhu just watched that one. I thought Chowdhury was gone. Like he should have been gone. But both of them just watched the ball fall onto the grass. That's wild. If you're a Thunder man, you would be spewing right now. It should be caught by Davies here. It is on Davies. It's not on Sandhu. Sandhu is running out to it. Davies is running into it. Neither of them. Oh, sorry, Sanger, not Sandhu. Sanger was coming out for it. Davies was coming in for it. That was on Davies. He should have caught that ball. Yeah, they're too busy looking into each other's eyes. All right, Daniel Sams. Oh, that's up in the air, over the top. And Mitchell Owen will get a boundary. I'm loving this for my super coach. I needed that drop catch too. I need it. Sean says Vegas, hard to cook. Wheelchairs. Don't know what's on there. But Sean, don't disappoint the name as its real spelling. Other than Sean Connery. Sean Connery. What an actor back in the day. All right, 3 4s and 1 6 here so far. This is a very good start for the Hobart Hurricanes. I can't believe they both just stared at that and didn't even attempt at making a catch. Daniel Sams, Owen, no run. Sams is not actually bowling badly, but he has given up 5 runs so far. To be fair, you'd want Daniel Sams, your super coach. He'd be getting a pretty decent enough score right now. With the fact that he got some pretty big runs at the back end of the Thunder innings. Next bowl. Oh my gosh, dude. Mitch Owen goes for a swing. He's lucky that it doesn't hit the stumps. He can't believe it there. Come on, Mitch Owen. Keep on cracking on, baby. Come on. Come on. Daniel Sams should have a wicket, man. I cannot believe he doesn't have that wicket. Next game, Sams will go for 16 in his first over. All right, next ball here, the final ball of the over, and Mitch Owen will hit it out to the boundary, and he will get a boundary to finish off the over. He'll be on 23. Hurricanes need 156 more runs. They've hit 4 4s and 1 6 in the first 2 overs, and this is looking pretty filthy for Mitch Owen, who's got 23 of their 25 runs. This is looking real good stuff here. Yikes. Transport bus shuttle was like 1 or 2 hours wait as well after the concert. People, oh, it was called. That's right. I forgot about the name of it. It's gone from Heritage Bank to, well, it used to be Metricon, then Heritage Bank, and then Gold Coast Stadium, and then now People's First Stadium, and soon enough it's going to be something else. Always change the name of that bloody place. So 156 runs from 108 balls is what the Hobart Hurricanes need. They should get it, really. They should be getting it. So Chowdhury is on strike. Oh, he goes for a swing, and oh my gosh, he connects with it. He connects with it for a 6. And Hobart are making light work of these early overs. 2.1 overs down. They're already on 31 runs. Need 150 runs from 107 balls. Hobart are playing with them early doors. Maybe we are looking at a Hobart Hurricanes versus Perth Scorchers grand final in 2026. With the way these two teams are playing in the first game. I guess that's an early prediction, but it makes sense. I do think the Thunder would have done a little bit better with David Warner, though, obviously, as their opener. No run. McAndrew. McAndrew angles ball into batter with a way swing, change up, ability to bowl in all 3 phases, variation, cutters, back of hand, change up. Don't forget, guys, we'll be live all day tomorrow for the Ashes. Day 1 of the 3rd test at Adelaide. Next bowl from McAndrew, his 3rd bowl of the over, and oh, geez, no, it's going high. Wiki's going up for something, but it's going high. Oh, an injury. Sam Constas has come from the field. He's got an elbow injury. God bless him, man. An elbow injury for Sam Constas. He has come from the field. And come next year, home of the AFL champion Gold Coast Sun Stadium. I hope so, mate. I would love to see the Sunnies do something. I would love to see something. Yeah, it's definitely going high there. There's no chance that was going to be hitting the stumps. Oh, geez, he was close with Joe Root and the Gonads. 150 runs needed from 105 balls. That is not good news, though, with Constance off the field. And good bowling. Oh, my gosh. They didn't know what to do with the run. Chowdhury was a quarter of the way down the pitch and then had to scuffle back. They're going to chase it easily. I think they should. Oh, I think if that hits, it would have been really close. If that hits, he probably was safe, but it would have been really damn well close. Good fielding there, to be fair. All right, McAndrew fell away with a 6 in his first ball, but he's fought back well to only give up no runs since. And Chowdhury keeps wanting to run, but Mitch Owen keeps telling him to settle down. Just settle down a little bit. He wants to run every single ball. All right, we move into Sam's. I missed a ball. I feel like it was a boundary. 37 runs through the first 3 overs. Huge. Daniel Sams back in. Do you reckon he gives up 16 now? I reckon he gives up 16 now, doesn't he, Mitchell? First bowl. And that's a great start to giving up 16 because that's a boundary. That's a 4. For Mitch Owen, he'll be on 27. Yes, a captain, Tim. Go, you good thing. Go, you good thing. That's a great start to giving up 16 there, Mitchell. That's a boundary off the first ball. I love how nowadays the commentary just said they're only chasing 180. Nowadays, it's crazy that that's the comment. You're only chasing 180. Wow. Hopefully the run shifted Hurricanes' momentum. I thought Hurricanes were going to chase this down anyway, but this has been a very, very strong start here. Okay, Sam's second ball here of the over, and he's looking likely for the 16 here, Mitchell. That's another boundary. Might be on for 30, Mitchell says. There's 8 runs given up through the first 2 balls, and Mitchell Owen says, Daniel Sams, get out of my face. 45 runs. Surely most people captained. I wonder if most people captained big fella Mitchell Owen. If not, BK Sports the greatest captain selector of all time. I'm calling it. I'm calling it, lads. I've called it. I have called it officially. I've officially actually called it, yeah. I'm a bit worried for my Matty Wade selection, though. Didn't get a single wicket from the... Didn't get a single catch as a wiki, and might not even have to bat. No run. 150 was a massive score years ago, just like lead the game was much faster, as you said before. Yeah, absolutely. It's just crazy that they say only 180. Get around your Tobias. So 136 runs from 99 balls remaining. Yeah, short ball is quite interesting to be bowling towards Owen right now, especially with the way that he's hitting the ball. Fox Win has Hurricanes at 66%, Thunder at 34%. I'd even bump that up to about the 70. I'd bump it up an extra 4%. And that shot is going to go, I think, just for a single. I think there should be a man out in the boundary out there, and there is. So just a single there for Mitchell Owen. Sorry, for some reason the stream is kind of freezing up a little bit, but I got that one right in regards to straight off the bat. 135 from 98. And Chowdhury comes on strike with 2 balls remaining in the over. Hey, at least he fought back well. Gave 8 runs and then dot ball and a single. $135 from 98. To be fair, though, this is probably looking like the most competitive of the 3 games so far. Probably looking like the most competitive I would probably lean with. And that ball is going to be no run. Again, he's fought his way back into the inning, into the over. Have they called that no run? What have they called there? I actually don't know what they called there. Because they haven't updated it on the scorecard just yet. Oh, dude, this is actually really grinding my gears. It's really annoying. Like it just keeps like freezing up briefly, and puts me behind by a little bit. Yeah, it was a no ball, no run. Sorry, it was a dot ball. All right, Chowdhury, he's on 14 right now. Daniel Sams coming in for the final ball of his over, and that is going to be a single to finish the over. What is happening? Why does it keep doing this? And that should be the end of the power play there. That will be the end of the power play. Oh, wait, did I update this? Oh, I did update the score. Sorry, I thought I nearly forgot about the scorecard over there. Oh, no, we are sweet. Yeah, I'm now a minute 20 behind the live game, which is frustrating. Like it says, the GOAT, Rihan Ahmed. Mate, you should have seen it. It was a fantastic catch out there before by Davies and Sanger. You know, brilliant catch out there in the outfield as both of them just looked into each other's eyes and gave each other a kiss as the ball hit the grass. It was beautiful stuff. It was really, really beautiful stuff. It says only 10 off it. I don't believe it. No, spectacular stuff. Absolutely spectacular to see only 10 runs, especially considering that he did give up 8 runs in the first 2 balls. So only go 10 is actually really good. That is actually really positive stuff, to be fair. But the first 2 balls looked very ominous. They looked very, very ominous because he gave up 2 very clean boundaries just over the top from Mitchell Owen. He just smacked it over the top, right down center stage, right up the middle of Broadway. It was just too easy. 0-48. Keep scoring runs, lads. This is why you're a Pacific Coast team. He played in a couple of tests for us a few years ago. Wasn't old mate also English before? Oh my gosh, that is a massive wicket. Mitchell Owen's gone on 32. Oh, you are kidding me. Oh, dude. Oh, just as I was talking him up as my captain, he's gone on 32. You are joking, son. Well, that's a huge wicket. That is a huge wicket there for the Hobart Hurricanes. For the Sydney Thunder, and it will be 1 for 48. Sanger with the catch. They're just checking this upstairs at the moment. They just need to check if he touched the rope with his foot or not. I'm pretty certain he's gone. I'm pretty certain he's gone. All right, so he goes up, he stays up, he goes. Oh, this will be close. I think he's okay. I think he's gone. His left foot comes up, that's fine. Just came down to his right foot if it touches any of the boundary. This is actually super close. This next step here. Oh, I don't think that's touching. Have they said not out? Here we go. And, oh. That's really tight, dude. Oh. His left foot might actually graze there. Roll it from here. This is close, dude. Yep, they're going to say he's out. He is out. So I think that's a good call there. Mitchell Owen is gone on 32. It's a good effort for the catch out there on the boundary, and that will keep him in it. Mitchell Owen is gone. Crowd's pretty disappointed, but it is the right call. 32 from 14 balls, and I wish it wasn't the right call. I really wish it wasn't the right call there. Loves width. Quick's hard length angling in. LBW candidate to Quick's left arm. Spin at stumps. Good option for Ben McDermott. All right, Sanger 1 for 1, and McDermott goes for a sweep, and it's good fielding at the back to stop it. Okay, hopefully we get a competitive game here. Hopefully this forces a competitive chase. Hopefully. Yeah, to be fair, Sams was practicing on the boundary for those catches before. And that is well bowled, but that's going to be a single for McDermott, so he'll get off the duck egg. What do you guys think Hobart will get up to? Do you reckon they get to the 181, or do you think they... How many wickets do you reckon they win by? Or do you reckon they struggle to get to the 181? And that's going to be a single here for Hobart. So they're going to need 131 runs from 90 balls. Come on, make it an exciting finish here. Come on. Make it an exciting finish. How about that? Jacko, you going to be here for the big game tomorrow, Jacko? Jacko, you going to be here for the big one? The absolute whop and ashes? Day one? But it says the Hurricanes really screwing your Supercoach by not sending Wade out. Yeah, look, Mitchell, I'm going to lose sleep tonight over my Supercoach. I really am. I am probably going to lose Supercoach sleep, to be fair. Wade is always predicted to come in fourth. They always were going to put McDermott there, and then Matty Wade was going to come in four. If he doesn't come in four, I'm flipping shit. I'm flipping the table. Shadab Khan had a good day on the bat. Well, let's see if he can have a good day in the bowl. I'll say they win with 7 wickets left. You reckon they win by 7 wickets? 7 wickets, a big win. Sean's 19 likes, not just the game, it's the streamer that deserves the likes. Yeah, hit the like button, you bunch of animals. Hit the like button right this damn well second. If you don't hit the like button, you are a cat, you are tacky, and I hate you. Hit the like button. Slapper won't like you either, to be fair. And Sean definitely doesn't like you if you're not hitting the like button. He hates you. Oh my gosh, that could have been a wicket of McDermott. But see, Mitchell, Nikhil Chowdhury is going to go for 200 runs here, so like I don't really care too much. I know they can only get to 181, but he's going to go for 200 in the next couple of overs, and that's going to fix my super coach. Next bolt, and McDermott hits it through for a single. They'll send Stanlake out next for Noel Battle. Yeah, Billy Stanlake is definitely their best batter. I would have opened with him. Scotty Boland is locked in with the Hurricanes, isn't he? I think Scotty Boland's a Hurricanes bowler, no? Or has he gone somewhere else now? Oh, that's up in the air. That should be caught. That should be caught by Chowdhury, and I blame Mitchell for that. No, it's going to be a... Oh, the fielding out there is shocking, but it's going to be 2. It might even be 3. What is this? Yeah, it's 3 runs there for Chowdhury. That's thanks to me, not you, Mitchell. I would have blamed you if he went out there because he made me talk about him. Jagger says, if you haven't hit the like button, you sent us to 10 years of supporting England. Oh no, please. Can I like my own video? I need to like my own video. God help us. Oh my gosh. That's horrific stuff. That's horrific voodoo you've just put out there, Jacko. That is absolutely horrific voodoo. Couple of runs for McDermott. He's on 4. Oh, he's on the Stars now. Oh, big sweep hook. He could be gone here. He could be gone here. He could be gone here. Wow. I think that's outside the line of off stump, though. I do think that was online, but I do think it was McDermott's gone for a big sweep there. I think that was out, but it would have been not out on the review. On the Stars now. Well, I know the bowlers the team lineup for tomorrow has already come out. They're not bringing Usman Khawaja back in, which is interesting. I like it. I agree with that. They've got Nathan Lyon coming back in. They've got Paddy Cummins back in. JA's favourite. Yes. Yeah. By the way, I understand why Jay's not here recently. It's not because he's been sleeping in. He's been having too much fun at the Thai Nana's Plaza. He's been off to Nana's Plaza, the old JA's. Having fun at Nana's Plaza. Oh, another big sweep here for McDermott. He's very lucky that goes through for a 4. Oh, that's actually Chowdhury. They're really loving the sweep here today. Really loving it. Now, Chris Green is bowling. Actually, I want a wicket from him at some point. Not Chowdhury, but I want him to get a wicket because, 1, I need Matty Way to come in, but also 2, I've got Chris Green in my team. Go Greeny. I've had banter with Greeny before when he was playing the Brisbane Heat at the Gold Coast one day. Greeny. We'll give up a single to Chowdhury. He's on 26. Come McDermott, get out. 1, it will make a competitive chase, but also 2, it'll bring in Matty Wade, and then you can just leave Chowdhury and Matty Wade in for the rest of eternity. Jagger says, Khawaja's on the green, having a putt as we speak. Absolutely. No, I think it was the right option to leave Travis Head. Khawaja's healthy, but I think it's the right option to leave Travis Head and Jake Weatherald. Oh, beautiful shot. It'll just be a single for McDermott, but it was a beautiful shot regardless. Green loves an armband. I can't believe Cameron Green. That's a massive amount of money that he's signed with the Kolkata Knight Riders in that auction. That's a huge amount of money, dude. It's a big sale. Oh, Bowling Greeny. Oh, Bowling Greeny. Bowling Greenie. Yeah, there's no real turnout there, but geez, that was a nice bowl. Just beat out Chowdhury. Hurricanes need 118 runs from 80 balls. What time does that start for you tomorrow, Jacko? Is that like, if it's 11:30 for me, that'll be 11:30 p.m. for you, I think. He'll get a single there, Chowdhury. So he'll be on 27, and there'll be one for 64. I think you guys are 12 hours behind me in Fiji, so what did that be? So if it starts at 11:30 my time, it'll be 11:30 p.m. your time. Yeah? Wish I could sleep in. Olivia, I can sleep in. I can sleep in for sure. I'll have a beautiful sleep in before a big day of cricket tomorrow. We've got a whole day of Ashes, and then we're going to stream the Bubba Azam show. Bubba Azam. Sydney Sixers take on the Strikers. And, oh my gosh, that's not good. The Thunder's fielding today has been shocking, except for that one catch from Daniel Sams. Surely Uzi's out of the team for good now, provided, as long as there's no injury, Slapper. If Weatherall got injured or Travis Head got injured, they would chuck Usman Khawaja back into the team. I hope that doesn't happen. God bless the two of those guys. And I think if it's not broke, don't fix it. And they've been doing well, Jake Weatherall and Travis Head. But there is absolutely an option he comes back in. You're not bringing Matty Renshaw in, especially after the stupid shot he played last night for the Brisbane Heat. And I really doubt you're going to be putting in Nathan McSweeney after he got out also for 9 last night. Yeah, they really disappointed. There's just no one out there that they would probably put in over Uzi. Yeah, 11:30 night, so I was right. Yeah, you're 12 hours behind me. All right, Sanger in for a bowl. He's 1 for 3 right now through 1 over. And McDermott's going to whack that out to the boundary for a single. So, yeah, look, Uzi is out of the team for good now if there's no injury. If it was bad form, I think if bad form from Weatherall or Head, if bad form from Weatherall, they would probably go with they'd probably go with a Renshaw or a McSweeney. But in regards to an injury, it would be Uzi. But with Travis Head, if he had bad form, he'd just be pushed to the 5 or the 6. The 5. Because it would just go... If it was bad form, they would bring in Uzi then. They'd have Uzi. They got 2 here for McDermott. So, yeah, they'd bring in Uzi alongside Weatherall there if it was Travis Head bad form. They'd have Marn 3rd, Stevie Schmidt 4, Travis Head 5. Jago says, I remember watching Head for the Strikers and he got 4 or 12 or something. Travis Head for the Strikers was mental, bro. He was so good. He's from Adelaide, and I would expect him to have a big test because he usually kills it in Adelaide. So if you're expecting Travis Head to... If you have a bet, and I don't encourage gambling here, if you have a bet, Travis Head overs is pretty good for Adelaide. He always kills it there. Sometimes he didn't think of that. He does make a good backup. Yeah, it's okay backup. Like his experience is great. It's obvious that his time is gone, and Australia does need to, I think, do this Ashes series, and then we start to think about the replacement afterwards. I think we just need to clean the Ashes series up here with this 3rd win. Get the win in Adelaide. We're 3-0. We can't lose the series, and then, geez, they're going to check him for concussion. Yeah, it's mandatory to come out and check here. Yeah, so I think beautiful shot there from Ben McDermott for a 4. Beautiful shot for a boundary. It'll be 1 for 73. Yes, just win the Ashes series and then you can start tinkering. To be fair, though, like the English always say we haven't won a test series in England for like 20 plus years. Or 25 years, whatever, and we say, well, you haven't even won a single test here since 2011 or whatever it is, or 2010. I think it was 2011. I haven't won a single test here since then. So it's back and forth. So maybe we do see Australia just go full ball for the entirety. But I do think this is the time. We do, with all due respect, if Mr. T or whatever his name was from before is still here, with all due respect to Bangladesh, Mr. 3T, that's it. With all due respect to Bangladesh, who are meant to be playing next year in a test series here in Australia, that would be a test series that I would be willing to make a few changes and risk. Actually, I want to have a look at who we play after England. So after England, we play the T20 World Cup. Yeah, I'll stream that in February. The T20 World Cup, Australia versus Ireland, Australia versus Zimbabwe, Australia versus Sri Lanka, and Australia versus Oman. Now, I want to see how next year is actually meant to shape up for the Aussies. All right, 1 for 75. They need 106 runs from 72 balls. I think this is looking pretty good here for the Hurricanes. Come on, get Matty Wade out there. For gosh sake, get him out there with McDermott. No, get him out there with Shattery, sorry. Next ball. No run. No run. So, when's the next India versus South Africa game? 18th of December. Oh, okay. On Thursday. My time. And that's going to be hit for probably a single there for Chowdhury. He'll get to 30. Thrifty 30. He'll be 1 for 76. All formats. I just want to look at Australia. All teams. I just want to look at Australia, mate. Australian men. Okay, here we go. Australian men. So we've got England. Then we play Ireland, Zimbabwe, Sri Lanka, and Oman. Oh, up in the air. And that's a 6 from McDermott. Boom, boom, boom. That's a 6 from McDermott. 6 from McDermott there. And that will be 1 for 82. That is a huge shot there from McDermott. He gets to 20. To the Twez. He's up in the air and he's gone. So they don't actually have who Australia are playing after that one day, the World Cup here on cricket.com. So we do play England. Only test day. 150th anniversary test match on the 11th of March. Oh, we play England again in a test early to middle of next year. 150th anniversary test match, only test day 1 for the MCG. Okay, fair enough. In March. Oh, that's going to be interesting to see because I won't be able to watch all of that because that's like the second week of the NRL season. Jeez, I don't know how many people are going to be watching that. That's the AFL and the NRL season. Good luck with getting viewership for it. Whose idea was that? Whose dumb idea was that? 62% win for the Hurricanes, 38%. Who decided to put an Australia versus England 150th anniversary test match in Melbourne at the beginning of the NRL and AFL season? That's ridiculous. Whose thought process would that have been? You're going to get nobody there. No one cares at that point of the year. The AFL season, that's crazy in Melbourne. No way. And that's going to be a single from McDermott. Obviously, it'll be like, I guess, a week beforehand, but preseason will still be going on and the season will be underway. Like, doesn't make sense unless that's a Monday to Friday and they're waiting. No, because what day is the first day of the AFL? That'll be a single for Sheldery, 1 for 84. First day of AFL season 2026 is the 5th of March. So how are they getting only 150th anniversary test match? Only test day 1. Is it over the weekend? It's the 11th of it. Well, I guess it would have to be because it's a 5-day test. March 11th to 15th. Yeah. Wednesday the 11th to Sunday the 15th. I can't believe the AFL have allowed that for the AFL season. That's insane to me. No run there, so it's going to be 1 for 84. Required run rate is not 8.82. They've got 9.33 Hobart, so they're currently on target by only about 0.50. One more over until the halfway mark. Jago says, I'll spare him anyway. It'll spare him anyway. Oz fans won't have to see a cast clinic. Look, I can't wait to see Bryden Cast again. You know, he's a fantastic English bowler who's definitely not from South Africa. Like, he's a fantastic English bowler. You know, he's the guy. Like, when you think of the guy, you don't think of the guy. You think of Bryden Cast, who is the guy. That guy. Who's that guy? Bryden Cast is the guy. Unbelievable. I can't wait to see him tomorrow. It'll be awesome. I hope Australia get to bat first this time. Oh, Shoutery switches that one out. Oh, good fielding out there, though. Just be a single in the end. It's a good take from Sams. They'll be fine if we win in 2 days again. No, but it would be booked out. Let me have a look at the AFL draw. AFL draw. Okay. Carlton Richards on the 12th of March. That'll be a no run. So, what days were it again? It was the 11th and the 15th of March at the MCG. Well, Carlton Richmond is on the 12th of March, and that's at Marvel Stadium. Wow. Carlton Richmond is being played at a Marvel in that rubber game. That is interesting. All right, next bowl here from the Thunder. McDermott on strike. He's put that up in the air. This should be caught. This should be caught. No, it's a 6. It is a 6. Oh, it went too far, and McDermott has said, get out of my face. That's huge. All right, so AFL draw again. So that's being played at Docklands. 13th of March, Essendon versus Hawthorn. That's also at Marvel Stadium in the Docklands. Bulldogs, Giants, Geelong, Freo. Collingwood, Adelaide on the 5th. Oh, it's another huge shot from McDermott. He's got a 6 on that as well. He's got back-to-back 6s here, and now Hobart is starting to open up. MCG East Melbourne on the 14th of March. What? This doesn't make sense. Collingwood versus Adelaide at the MCG on the 14th of March. But yet the test match is from 11th to the 15th of March at the MCG. I don't understand what's happening here. Can someone please, because I'm trying to watch the game here and commentate the game, can someone please go and check this out and figure out what the fuck is happening? All right, so next bowler here from Topley, and he's getting slaughtered right now. Single there for McDermott. Chatty would come back on strike. That travelled in space for a minute there. Yeah. Well, Carlton will lose like always. That is true. No, Richmond are awful, man. Carlton still lost to Richmond even this year, though, in the first round, despite how bad Richmond were this year. All right, so 1 for 98. Partnership of 50 for Shoutery and McDermott. Oh, big swing, big miss. Jeez, Topley is giving up ridiculous runs. 15 economy. He's 30 runs off 2 overs. Jagger says, we're both guilty of that. There's about 25 Aussie players who weren't born in Oz. Not comparatively right this very second. Well, at least our captain is Australian for starters. I feel like, for the most part, this Australian team was born in Oz. For the most part, I know Josh Inglis was born in England, and I think Marn was born in South Africa. But outside of that, I think pretty much everybody else is Australian. Have a look. Pretty certain for the most part, the Aussies are all born in Australia. So we got drinks break on the way in this Hobart game versus Thunder. Obviously, guys, have thumbs up button, subscribe. Where is it? If not now, wait for Ashes. Ashes Rubbers are coming together. Yeah, Ashes Rubbers come together for Bondi Tribute in Adelaide. I might tear up for that, to be fair. New pace attack gives strikers defensive options. Where's the team list? Oh, Cummins recommits to the Thunder. So I didn't realise Cummins plays to the Thunder. Yeah, the current team for the most part. Yeah. Well, I don't think we've ever had a captain who's a Kiwi. I think all our captains have always been Australian. How about that one, Chago? How about that one, buddy? 83 runs from 60 balls needed for the Hurricanes. They're 2 runs away from the hunch. Hey, Slabby, you might be right, by the way, with the 7-wicket haul. You might be right with them winning by 7 wickets, because right this very second, these two guys are batting exceptionally well, and they've still got 2 wickets in hand based off of what you said. I would like McDermott to get out so I can see Matty Wade come in for my super coach. But at the very least, there's 2 games this week for the Hurricanes in regards to super coach. Should have gone with all 3 of the openers here for Hobart, because they're going to be good this year. I genuinely might even bring in McDermott and go a significant portion of Hobart players, because they just do have some really good batters. Yeah, Brenton never hit the like button so fast, Jacko. Exactly right. All right, Chris Green. Well, I would like a wicket here from Greeny. That'd help my super coach. That would help massively. He did get 4 runs off the final ball of the over, though, at the very least. Try and tell Brenton that he wouldn't listen to me before. But single for McDermott, and Chowdhury would come back on strike. 82 runs from 59 balls. I think it would be only Josh Inglis and Mann who are born outside of Australia. All right, Chris Green. He's given up 9 runs through 1.1. Don't jinx it. Slap up. Never jinx anything before ever in history. Never jinx anything before in history. And Chowdhury is going to hit that one down to the boundary. It will just be a single. Chris Green's going to get 74 wickets here today, Slapper. 74. In this over, too. And if you don't believe it, touch grass. "81 runs from 58 balls. They're only 1 wicket down, lads. They just hit the horny hunch. They're only 1 wicket down. They're going to win this in the canter. Chris Green. That will be a single for McDermott. It'll be on 36. 36. 36. Oh, last year it was 37. Who has the elite ball knowledge to know where that quote's from? Who has the elite ball knowledge to know where that quote is from? 36. Oh, last year it was 37. Got the old English accent. Jack, you reckon I sound English? I reckon I am English at this point. Oh, Chowdhury goes through and he says that is gone for 6. He smacked a 6. What I'm looking forward to is Peaky Blinders movie coming out very soon. I think it's February or March or something it was meant to come out. That'd be huge. But Chowdhury has played a 6 and he has whacked that one so far back it's gone down the esophagus. 65 metres. It's not that far, but it's still far enough. He's loving that. All right, Green, next bolt. And they'll be just an E. Oh, they're going to go 2 here. Oh, he slipped over. And they'll still get back for 2. What is this guy on? The fact that you don't have the elite ball knowledge, Mitchell, it's okay. It's okay that you don't understand what I'm referring to. But it just shows that you're not in with the law, mate. Jagger says the most notable one was probably Simons for Oz. Ah, yes. Amazing player. Oh, he's gone. Chowdhury is gone on 41. Well, that might bring a little bit of interesting into this game. That's 2 for 109. Nikhil Chowdhury on 41. He is gone. They needed that wicket. Well, Matty Wade comes in. If he goes quickly, we might be on for something here. From Birmingham. I am from Birmingham, Brummy. Oh my gosh, they're not bringing in Matty Wade. I'm flipping a table, son. I'm flipping a table, son. Get this bloke out of here. Get this cat off my screen. Bring Matty Wade out. It's Tim David. This is a disgrace, Mitchell. This is your fault, actually. This is your fault. Didn't you say before? Where did you say it before? Where did you say before? You said the Hurricanes really screwing your super coach by not sending Wade out. They're watching the stream. They're looking at the comment section. They've seen your comment. And that is the reason why they haven't brought Matty Wade out. It is your fault, Mitchell. It's your fault that Matty Wade is still not out on his field. Who the hell is Tim David think he is? Who does he think he is to be impacting my super coach like this? Singaporean Tim David. Senator, I'm Singaporean. And also the quote before was from Harry Potter, by the way. 36 will last you 37. It's a Harry Potter quote from the Philosopher's Stone. Get with the times, guys. You really got to start clicking on. Probably like a damn well Hufflepuff or something. I reckon you guys are Hufflepuffs that you didn't even understand that. Gee whiz. Bunch of Hufflepuffs around here. So Sanger coming in for a bowl. And McDermott will get a single, so Tim David will come on strike. Imagine putting someone with two first names in your Supercoach team. Couldn't be me. Yeah, no, I didn't put Tim David in. You know what's an interesting question? Would you consider me to have two first names? Would you consider me to have two first names? Because Blaze is like an interesting first name, but it's like, okay, my last name is a first name, but a lot of people might not even consider my first name a first name. It's an interesting equation. Very interesting equation. Hurricanes need 71 runs and 53 balls. Bowl in first ball and bring Matty Wade out. If I see Billy Stanlake come out before Matthew Wade, I give up. I flip out. I would legitimately blame Mitchell if that was the case. 100%. And that's going to be a no run. I'd rather watch that 2017 grand final again than Harry Potter. Well, you don't like Harry Potter. That's a disgrace. That is a disgrace. That is a disgrace. Harry Potter. Yeah, that's elite. Elite stuff. You didn't even live, mate. Rihanna Maid's coming out. He better not be. I better see Matthew Wade for my super coach. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. He didn't get a single catch in as a wiki. Well, what's the point of you being on my super coach team then? Sack him. Sack him off. Senator, I'm Singaporean. Next bolt. And that will be a single for Tim David. Fraud. 11.4 overs bowled. They need 70 runs from 50 balls. They should be able to smack it. They should be able to do it. Oh, I'm about 2 minutes behind. I'm going to have to skip through. Oh, dude, it's so painful. It is so painful streaming and having this like stop and start as much. Why Matty Wade are we in 2020 still? Because I've got in my Supercoach team, Jacko. That's why. It's also the Power Surge being used by the Hobart Hurricanes. Power Surge, 68 runs and 48 balls remaining. That is very Sean James comment if I ever did see one. That is a prime time Sean James comment, that. Next ball, and that was always getting slapped out of the bloody ground. That's a 6 for Tim David. That might be the longest 6 we've seen this season so far. I reckon Shadabkan has just given up a really big 6. I think that might have been the biggest 6 we've seen so far this season, the first 3. Why pick him? Well, because it's a double, it's a 2 games in the 1 week. Yeah, 95 metres, that's the longest we've seen so far this season. Because it's 2 games in 1 week for the Hurricanes, which is they're the only team with it, and also he's a wiki, so he can pick up the catches in behind and usually can hit, right? So that's why with a double game week, I thought it was a must. I brought Muhammad Rizwan for my emergency. He didn't do too well at all. I also had Bubba Azam. If he doesn't get 100 tomorrow, I'm lighting up the Pakistanis here on the channel. I light you up. I light you up in this chat. I will light you up myself. I know people in the chat will light you up for themselves, but I will light you up if Bubba Azam does not go for a horny hunch, because I put him in my team and I'm not happy with. Well, he got 12 because he didn't get a catch. That's catch. Oh, it's a 4. It would have been a screamer, though. Tim David will hit a boundary. And I don't know if you can win this one now, Thunder. I don't know. Why don't you just let the super coach you, Jacko? Are you on super coach? Do you play BBL super coach? If you don't, that means you're not a super coach. Tarmac specialist. Go Bubba. Ba 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 ba. No, what was the song? Ba 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 ba. Was that the song? Ba ba ba. No. Ba 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 ba. Azam ba 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 ba. Azam. That's the song. That's the tune. It should get me a record deal. It should. A single for Tim David. 13 runs. 9 fours and 8 sixes. Jeez, they've got 11 runs in this first over of the power surge. They might win this with 4 overs to spare with the way they're going. Ba 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 Azam ba 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 Azam. Oh, he's opened up and he's bowled him. He's gone. McDermott is out of there, son. He's gone. Shut up, Khan. See, shut up in your face. That is a wicket, son. He's bowled him. He's bowled him. 4 for 124. Sorry, 3 for 124. Well, Slapper, you can't have any more wickets, son. You cannot have any more wickets. But it says, I can just imagine every person from Pakistan singing that song before they go to bed. Look, it makes sense. That's like going to be their lullaby for the rest of all time. We sing Once a Jolly Swagman down by the Billy Bong. They sing ba 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 Azam. That's a song. I like theirs, to be fair. Well, McDermott with a good innings, but 3 for 124. They better bring in Matty Wade right now. Otherwise, I'm walking away. If they don't bring in Matty Wade right now, I'm walking away. And then if Matty Wade gets out for a 0, I'm done. Go to bed. Matty Wade's in. All right, the GOAT's in, lads. The GOAT is in. Here he comes. Matty Wade, Matty Wade, Matty Wade, Wade. He's going to hit a 6. He's going to hit it for 6. Come on, you good thing. Come on, you good thing. If he doesn't get 10, I'm walking away. That's what we need. Wish Jay was feeling better, because if Jay was here, he would love my singing. Jack, I said, I genuinely believe if you put Rory Burns in that Pakistan team, he'll average 40. Rory Burns, what a player. One of my favourite ever Ashes players of all time. Him and Jack Leach. Let the cannons breathe to celebrate. Let the cannons breathe? What are you talking about? Next bolt. Oh my gosh. If he got LBW there, end of the stream. It's just the end of the stream if he got LBW there. 56 runs and 43 balls. So David on 13, Wade on 1. There is no one behind square on leg side right now. Interesting placement. And they shoot through for the 4 for Tim David. That's a nice shot from Tim David. And he'll get 17. No, he's an all right bloke. He's no Matty Wade. He's an all right bloke, the old Tim David. He's a good player. So Shadab, he gives up 32 runs from 3 overs. He was 1 for 1. He got Mitch Owen early. He was starting off nicely, but since then he's given up 33 runs through 3 overs. Big yikes. That was a bad over from him just then. It's about 16, 17 from the over. 4, 5, 6, 10, 16 runs from the over. All right, the second over of the power surge will be Daniel Sams. True Aussie, isn't he? Who Rory Burns. Jack Leach is my favourite Aussie winner of all time. And No Ball Robbo. No Ball Robbo, like when you think of the GOATs, he's there. He's definitely there. If you had like a Mount Rushmore of cricket, I'm doing No Ball Robbo, I'm doing Jackie Leach, I'm doing Bryden Cass, and I'm doing Rory Burns. Maybe even Hasib Hamid, maybe. That's a shout. Yeah, Hamid sounds like a good shout. There's a 4 there for Matty Wade. There's a 4 there from Matty Wade. Now that's a true Aussie Jacko. Huge boundary there. Time to hit a fitty bomb, Matty. Come on. Hit a fitty bomb. Just win it. Just win it, son. Tomorrow, guys, live for the entirety of the Ashes. But then we'll be straight into the Azam City Sixers versus the Strikers. Johnny Bairstow too. Yeah, he'd be. Yeah, but he wouldn't be on Mount Rushmore. He'd be like a little bit in front of Mount Rushmore because that's the crease. He's outside of the crease. So you'd have like a little bit of a. You'd have like a monument walking away from the big heads of the Mount Rushmore of Jackie Leach, Rory Burns, Hasib Hamid, and the likes, and Bryden Carson likes. You'd have him walking a little bit away. So you couldn't have him there because they're all on that crease at the very least. They just get bowled very quickly. Next bolt. Up in the air. See you later. That's a 6 from Matty Wade. Bushka! That's why I put him into my Super Coach team, son. That is why I put him in my Super Coach team. That's a Bushka from Matty Wade. He's on 11. 4, a 6. How you going? He said, Jacko, don't ever question this selection again. That's what he said in his mind. He was watching the stream himself before he went out there. Just thought it was disrespectful. Fair enough. 63 metres, that one goes. 63 metres. He uses his feet quite well there. Daniel Sams, next bolt. And Wade went for a big one. It's going to end up being a single there for Wade on 12. Sean says, pimp slap is a very old word, as the internet is the pimp nowadays. Sean, are you on this planet right now? Do you know what you're saying? Do you know what you're saying? The last comment you made was every likes Harry and he Potter, and your next comment has been, and pimp slap is a very old word, as the internet is the pimp nowadays. Don't even know where the word pimp came into the conversation, Mr. Sean James. He's definitely on another planet, lad. Say hello to Mercury for me. Say hello to Mercury. What's the planet that is all like diamonds or something, or platinum or diamonds or something? There's one. I keep going to say country. There's one planet that is like entirely made up of really incredibly wealthy stuff. That is going to be a wide from Daniel Sams. He's given up 12 runs in the over so far. It's not Mercury. Maybe it's like Jupiter or something, or maybe it's Uranus. Matty Wade will pimp slap the ball. You missed that one. I don't know if I missed that one, Sean. I think you might have not explained it well enough, but I like it. I like it now, but I don't know if you explained what you were talking about too well. But you know who has explained it not well at all? That is Tim David, who is gone. He's been caught out by Chris Green, my super coach too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chris Greeny gets the catch, and it will be Daniel Sams who gets the wicket. It's a very clean bowl to me. I'm full of it. Well, Tim David's gone. He knew he was gone immediately, and Greeny with the catch. Yeah, if he doesn't go for that, it does get caught wide there. Wicket gone. 4 for 141. You were wrong, Slapper. You lied to us. You lied to us, Slapper. Rehan Ahmed comes in here. Jacko, this is your boy. You better do well. Why would you play that? Because he's got 2 first names. That's why. Doesn't have a last name. He has 2 first names. All right, first game for the Hobart Hurricanes here. Omar Ahmed. Primetime London man right here. Hurricanes power surge. They've got one more ball here of the surge. They don't need many more runs to win, lads. They only need 40 more runs to win. 7 sixes. That's all they need. Till you sleep. Made his test debut at 18-21 now, I think. Look, knowing his history test-wise, I'm probably going to say he might last 2 balls. 2 balls. And he's lasted 1 ball. Well done. He has lasted 1 ball. Well, this next ball is the do or die. It's not going to come in from Daniel Sams. Power surge is finished. We're 14 overs down, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. 6 overs to go. 36 balls left. 40 runs need. Wicket need. For the Sydney Thunder, wicket need. I reckon getting him back in the test side. I reckon open with him, Jacko. I reckon get the openers going for Rehan Ahmed. That's what I'd be doing. That's exactly what I'd be doing. Yeah, Sams has bowled well all night, despite the fact that his figures aren't that great. He's given up quite a few runs, but he's been pretty good. Yeah, Hobart are well in front. Well in front. The Thunder were 4 for 112 at this stage. The Hurricanes are 4 for 141. They've got 29 more runs than what the Thunder had in comparison. First ball from Greeny. And that's going to be a single for Matty Wade. Might even be 2. They will go for 2. That's great running for 2. Well, way. Jacko says he got a 5 for in his debut against Babar's men. No way, Jacko. That couldn't be. No way. Did he pick up Babar Azam? Babar Azam never gets out, mate. I think that's a silly comment. Babar Azam might be the greatest of all time. That's why we call him King Babar, mate. Azam. Azam. 92% is the current potential. Is current percentage win rate for the Hurricanes. 8% for the Thunder. Projected win percentage is what the words I was looking for. I'm just going to be singing that song all night tomorrow night. Rehan Ahmed. Next ball he's facing. I did say he'd last 2 balls. This is the ball right here. Come on, Greeny. Third ball the over. And I did say he would last 2 balls. I was expecting him to last those 2. I was talking about this next ball here as the 3rd ball. So he's lasted the 2 balls, like I said. He'll make more than Babar. Let's see. And up in the air. Ooh. Well, he's going to get a single. That was pretty close. They're talking in the commentary how there's probably a bit of tension for the Hurricanes to win this game. They got 36 runs from 32 balls and they've got 6 wickets in hand. Like, how easy do you want it, lads? How easy do you want a commentary? This should be the easiest win of all time. There's no tension at all. Ah, Matty Way gets through. And that, my friends, is a boundary. Jacko, don't ever doubt my selection of Matty Wade and my Supercoach team ever again. Don't ever doubt it. 19 runs, Matty Wade. The IPL surely has its Supercoach, yeah? I might do it. Who's Starkey play for? Is he still at Kolkata? Kolkata? No, he's at Sunrisers Hyderabad. I think he might be. He might be Hyderabad. Mitchell Stark, IPL. He is currently playing for. Oh, he was. I was right. He was at the Kolkata Knight Riders, and then he went to the Delhi Capitals. Oh, by the way, Cameron Green broke, remember how we were speaking at the beginning part of the stream about who is the most expensive IPL international player of all time? It was Mitchell Starc. Cameron Green broke it today. Cameron Green broke Mitchell Starc's record today with his signing in the auction to the Kolkata Knight Riders. That's the United game. I did see United. I did see the Cherries. Nice result for them. Yeah, 4-4 is a lot of goals, man. It's 2 goals in each half for both teams. All right, Shadab Khan coming in for another bowl, and he's given up 33 runs now. 31 runs needed from 21 balls. He's given up 33 runs with the 1 wicket. He was 1 for 1. Let it go a little bit. So, yeah, Cameron Green breaks Mitchell Starc's record for most expensive player in IPL mini-auction history. I find that crazy, to be fair. I find that Cameron Green breaking Mitchell Starc's record for most expensive player is out of this world, to be honest with you. How is he going for more? How? All right, next bolt. Up in the air. Oh, just be a single there for Matty Wade. 30 runs needed from 28 balls. Cam Green Jacker. Went for more than Mitchell Starc. Mitchell says King Khan will end the over with 4 wickets. Well, you're going to need it if you want to win this game. Next bolt. Up in the air. Is that enough for a 6? Is that enough for a 6? It is not. It is caught. Ahmed is gone. And Jacko, you said he'd beat out Babar Azam's score from the other day. Well, he got out for the exact same with 2. He got out for the exact same with 2. 5 for 151. And, well, if we see another wicket in this over, Mitchell, maybe the Thunder aren't out. Maybe the Thunder aren't out. A wicket in this over, and maybe the commentary would be right. If Matty Wade goes, you'd consider it. Matty Wade's their saviour right now. Hobart have made a mess of this in the middle innings, middle overs. It's so hard being a baseball fan too. You call things innings for the same things that are called overs. For people who don't know baseball, what we call an over is what baseball calls an inning. Right? So it's hard. Sean says maybe Green's a little bit better of batsman, definitely not bowler. Well, Mitchell Starc went for 77 the other day. So I don't even know if that's necessarily the truth. Cameron Green's 50-50 in regards to the bats. Can sometimes have a pretty good bat, but also I say that Cameron Green's probably, for his height, for his fielding, he is an all-rounder, I get it, but I just don't think I'd be saying that he should be worth more than Mitchell Starc. Made that 5 wickets, Mitchell says. We'll see 1 wicket in the over. Chris Jordan's in now. I feel like if there's a wicket in these next 2 balls, we've got a good game on our hands. Next bolt. And that'll be a single for Jordan. I personally wouldn't be putting Matty Wade on strike with 2 balls to go. Starc brings a lot more than Green. Absolutely, Joko. Greatest lefty of all time. Almost as good as me. So Shadab, 3 runs and a wicket off his 4th over. Last delivery from him. And it will be a single for Matty Wade. So now he will come back on strike. That's good. I feel like they'll probably bring out Chris Green here for this bowl here with 4 overs to go, guys. 4 overs to go. This is the most competitive game of the first 3 games. Scorchers won easily. Renegades won confidently. 28 runs and 24 balls. 5 wickets remaining. This could actually be a good finish here. Macarena. Yeah, I'd say they bowl Greens. Oh, they are going to bowl Greeny for his last over. Yeah, they are. He's bowled well. 1 for 27. 3 overs. So under 10 economy. 8, 16, 24. It's about the 9. So it's not awful. It's not awesome, but it's not awful. If they get weighed out right now, this game is actually well on. And that's a good shot there for a single. They go for 2. Good running. Very good running. 26 runs from 23 balls. They need to get Wade out. Yeah, if Wade goes, they could be in the mud. They could be. Still, though, they'd be 26 from 23, or they'd be 26 from 22. It's still a chance, but like if they make him, like there's still a chance here for the Thunder. Put it that way, yeah. There is definitely still a chance here for them. Hurricanes have made a mess of these middle parts of the game. Shot down for a single there, and Chris Jordan come on strike. 25 runs and 22 balls, 86% is high. Oh, I think that it would take a miracle for the Hurricanes to lose this game and for the Thunder to win, but that's right. Green did get a wicket too. Green might be on a decent enough Supercoach catch. He got that 4. He also got a wicket bowling. No, 25 runs from 22 balls. Interesting finishing coming up here. Interesting finish, especially even if they get Jordan, to be fair, then they're 6 wickets down, 4 wickets remaining. Even if they get Jordan, I still think that's a big wicket right now. And they will get Matty Wade back on strike. No, maybe not. They might go for 2. And they will get 2. They will get 2 for Chris Jordan through the misfield. And I will say the fielding from the Thunder tonight have not been impressive. Kane's middle order is suspect. It is. I think they've got amazing openers in Mitchell Owen and Nikhil Chowdhury. And then I think Ben McDermott's great. I think Tim David showed that he was quality, but he also played a dumb shot on a wide for a wicket. And then Matty Wade's good. But outside of that, like you start to really, the depth falls off dramatically. It falls off dramatically. And their bowling is really good. They've got some fantastic bowlers. But the middle part of this game has been quite similar. The middle part has been a real tough slog for both teams. All right, Greeny. He's given up 5 runs in this over. And that's going to be no run. Ooh, big no run there. Big dot ball. 5 for 158. 23 runs needed in 19 balls. 23 from 19. You don't need to panic just yet, but this is an interesting part of the game. If they get a 6 in in this ball, oh, dude, massive inside, but it won't obviously go anywhere close. Interestingly enough, they do make the run though, which is going to put Chris Jordan back on strike by the end of that over. So Chris Green, by the end of it, 1 for 33 from 4 overs. Very interesting, actually, that they put Chris Jordan back on strike there. I would have thought they would have tried to keep Matty Wade. He's the batter. He's the guy. Very interesting for mine that they've done that. But I guess they do need the runs right now. It's not desperation, but they do, I guess, still need it. I'm going to scroll this down just so you can see who comes in next, because after Chris Jordan and Wade, you've got Nathan Ellis, Rashad Hussain, and then Riley Meredith. So Tanvir Sanger is going to come in for a bowl. This will be his final over. Good bowling can win this game. It absolutely can, Sean, yeah. But if they get a wicket, especially of Wade, this game's all on. 22 runs from 18 balls. This game is on right now. This is the most interesting game of the first 3 games, for sure, by far. Comment in the chat who you think wins from here. Do you think Hobart get it, or do you think the Thunder find a miracle? Oh! Dude, that's going to be unfortunate there for the Thunder. And they're going to get 2 runs out of the misfielding too. Their fielding is going to cost them today, the Thunder. They are appealing. I don't think you should be appealing. There's no way that's a wicket. It's going to be buys, though. Yeah, no, that's definitely not reviewable. Oh, that was a wide. That was a wide, lads. So 19 runs from 18 balls still. And they get a couple of runs from that. Jeez. Next bolt. Oh, great fielding from Sanger to stop that one from going up the line. 19 runs from 17 balls. That is a dot ball. Great fielding. Jordan on 4 from 7. He's still on strike. This is the guy you'd rather see on strike than Matty Wade right now. Next bolt. And that's going to break through for probably 2, I'd say. Yeah, they will get 2 for Chris Jordan. It'll be 17 runs from 16 balls. They need to get a wicket. Team wearing long pants to win. Look, it's a great shout, but I do think that the team wearing shoes is probably going to get the job done. We'll wait for this. This is a close game. This is a close game. Yeah, the previous 2 games weren't. This is a close game. But the Hurricanes are still confidently in the lead. However, it is a closer game by far than the other 2. Like, the Hurricanes should have this done from here. They might get 2 here, depending on the fielding. They throw it back in. No, just single. Good fielding. 16 runs from 15 balls. Again, a Hurricanes should win this game. They've got 5 wickets in hand. They've got 16 runs from 15 balls. It should be a Hurricanes masterclass. But if they do get a wicket here to Matty Wade, then it will be very interesting. Very, very interesting. He's still got 3 more balls left in his over. He's given up 23 runs from his 3.3. He's got the 1 wicket. Tanvi Sanger. Team on the field will win. Mitchell, look, I think Perth Scorchers might actually have a shout about that. They're not actually on the field right now. They're not actually on the field. First one was a T11, only had 2.5 games. Yeah, sure, I agree with that, Sean. But the first one still, like, they both played the same amount of overs and sixes, not sixes. Oh, yeah, sixes. Oh, great fielding from the Thunder. Wow. 16 runs and 14 balls. This is good fielding. Their fielding's been really awful throughout this game so far for the most part, besides a couple of really good plays. But this fielding right now is keeping them in the game. 16 runs from 14 balls. It was a T11, but like again, yeah, they both played the same pitch. They both played the same field, and Scorchers did away with the sixes pretty easily. Okay, Sanger, second last ball the over. That's going to be hit down for a maybe 2. No, just single. 15 runs from 13 balls. This is interesting, lads. This is interesting. This is an interesting finish. It is coming down to the wire in this game. Target of 181. And, oh, massive inside edge there. They should get 2 here. They will get 2. Misfielding again. Dude, it's been such a weird battle with their fielding, eh? Some really good, some really shit. But 13 runs needed from the last 12 balls. Here we go. There's no worries in regards to the wickets. They're 5 for 168. They've still got 5 wickets in hand. They're 13 runs from 12 balls. They need to get weighed out. They just need an out right now. They just need a wicket. Because Jordan's still doing pretty well himself. I don't really think they care who they get out right now. Wade would be a huge blow, but I don't think they really care too much who they get out right now. If I'm the Hurricanes, I want to finish it this over. I'd be looking to try and finish it right now. I'd be expecting Matty Wade to go for a big shot. You don't want it to go down to the final over. So McAndrew is going to bowl here. He's given up 12 runs on his first over. This is interesting. This is interesting play here from the Thunder. 12 runs from his 1 over so far. Oh, I don't know about this. Don't know about this. He's only bowled 1 over as well. I do think the Hurricanes win it on this over. Unless McAndrew comes in for an absolute stellar show, I think you might see the Hurricanes try and end this right now. He already got hit for 12. Yeah, why would you? I would have gone Daniel Sams. I agree with commentary. I would have gone Daniel Sams. All right, McAndrew. And is he gone? He's gone. That's a nick. Wait, Matty Wade's gone. That's huge. Oh, oh my gosh. That's actually massive. Matty Wade is gone. There is 11 balls left, 13 runs needed, and Matty Wade is gone. That is a massive wicket from McAndrew. Just as I was saying, I disagree with who is bowling. That is a huge wicket. Wowee. What a huge wicket. He's the only one left over than Topley that has an economy of 15. Mitchell, I personally would have bowled Daniel Sams, but he's come in, McAndrew, and he's got a wicket immediately. Yeah, again, really bad shot to play out. I agree, Jacko. 13 runs from 11 balls, 6 for 168. The wickets aren't really the ones that matter right now. But the fact is, they're not in their batters. They have got Chris Jordan and Nathan Ellis. And they have not won this game yet, the Hobart Hurricanes. They have not won this game yet by any means. He's playing twist and fully stretched to even reach that. It's just like Cameron Green when he played England in that day 3. Forgot about Sams. I would have bowled Daniel Sams. But with that being said, McAndrew's got that wicket now. I can't believe that we're talking about a chance here for the Thunder. I still think the Hurricanes look to end it here, but Foxwin has the Hurricanes at 83%, Thunder at 17%. I think it's fair. I think if they yeah, dude, I think this is going to be very interesting how this over plays out. 11 balls remaining, 13 runs needed for the Hurricanes. Dot ball or a wicket. Next ball, up in the air. And good shot, but it's going to be a single. Good shot, though. 12 runs from 10 balls. A boundary at any point here ends the game, really, for the Hurricanes. A 4 would take it to 8 runs from 9 balls. A 6 would take it to 6 runs from 9 balls. And with 4 wickets remaining, you'd have to say, as the Thunder to stay in this game, cannot give up another boundary. Boundary wins it, I reckon. You don't want to be facing Daniel Sams in the final over with a lot of runs needed. That's a boundary. And that should be it. Chris Jordan with a huge 4 there. That is a massive. It's just snuck in between the fielders. And it's 8 runs from 9 balls. That is a massive 4 there for the Hurricanes. And like I said, I think they look to finish this over. That's a great shot right through. Really, really had to pinpoint that one. But he does get it through with some really unreal power. And now you can relax a little bit more if you're a Hurricanes fan. 8 runs from 9 balls. You would need 3 dot balls here if you want to stay in this game, Thunder. All right, 3 deliveries to go here for McAndrew. And over the top, and that is down the ground. And that, my friends, is only a single. Oh, no, they get 2. They do get 2. Good running there from the Hurricanes. It's 6 runs from 8 balls. Kraken says Cameron Green got something uphill for about 4 million AD. Yeah, we were talking about before it happened. we were saying about how Mitchell Starc was the most expensive international player of all time in the IPL, and then as we were talking about it, we had a guy from Bangladesh come in and tell us that about the IPL auction, and then I went and saw about Cameron Green. It's massive, massive. Yeah, huge. So Cameron Green is now the most expensive international cricketer of all time in the IPL. 6 runs from 8 balls. I said they'd finish at this over. Second final ball of the over. That will be a misfield. Bro, I've told you. There's been some great fielding moments and there's been some really bad fielding moments. Wait, they only went for... Did they only go for a single just then? Wow, they only went for a single. It got to be... I must have slipped over or something because that was an easy 2 there. Especially with the misfield. Yeah, the slip is what hurt him just then. So no, not bowling at the stumps, letting them hit the ball is not working. No, look, I think they made the wrong decision. I know McAndrew has got that wicket of Matty Wade, but 7, 8 runs off the over. Over's not over yet. We've got one more ball left. I just don't know if McAndrew was the play. I think Daniel Sams was the play in this one. 1 ball remaining of the over. 7 balls remaining. 5 runs to win. 4 runs to send it to a super over. They are giving Sams the last over, Jack. I just would have put him up there now. Up in the air, and they'll be just a single for Nathan Ellis. So it'll be 4 runs and 6 balls. They should have this done. I know they're going to give Sams the last over. I just personally would have given him it in this over to put the pressure on for the last over. I think Daniel Sams coming in is a better bowler. Look, he gave up 10 runs there, McAndrew. It's not as bad, but it's still not great. I think the final over, anything can happen, but I want to put pressure on the final over in the second last over. I guess the wicket, boundaries game literally. Yeah, boundary is game literally, yeah. All right, guys, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Tomorrow we'll be live for the entirety of the Ashes, plus also we'll be live for the show as the Sydney Sixers take on the Adelaide Strikers. We'll be live for all of it. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Daniel Sams is bowling the final over. He's given up 31 runs from 3 overs and he's got 1 wicket, but he has bowled better than those numbers suggest. He has been pretty good bowling. And he did get that good catch of Mitchell Owen out in the field on the boundary. But his fielding has been debatable at times too. Kragan says, Mitch Owen in the BBL is a beast. Yeah, he didn't have a great game today. He did hit 32, which you definitely take, but he did get caught out on 32. You would have preferred him to probably get around that 40-50 marker with the way this field has played, this pitch has played. All right, 4 runs needed from 6 balls. A boundary finishes the game for the Hobart Hurricanes. I wonder if they just trying to net now. Oh, that's the game right there, lads. That is absolutely pathetic. That is absolutely pathetic what we just saw. Kraken Ball says, what the hell was that ball? That is absolutely horrific. He has thrown that 3 meters above the player. That is actually horrific, dude. So this is a free hit here, lads. That's a no ball free hit. That is dreadful. I love how they've got the Titanic music in the background, but with the what's it called? The flute or whatever it's... Yeah, I think it's the flute doing the Titanic music. All right. Here's the free hit. And it will be hit for a 2, you'd say? Yeah, 2. 1 run from 5 balls. I cannot believe what we just watched with that bowl. Have you seen a higher bowl than that? That might have been the highest bowl I've seen. You can't get much higher than that. You cannot get much higher than that. For people who don't know, that ball was a good couple of meters above the helmet of of Nathan. Oh, not Nathan. Yeah, Nathan Ellis. Breton says, "Was that a Yorker, mate? That was a Plutoer. It was closer to the space station than it was to the actual field." Cracker says, "Death penalty would be an understatement for that, dude. He's trying to take a guy's head off." In WBBL, okay, we're not going down that path, Jack. I can't even believe you watched it, to be fair, with all due respect. All right, 1 run from 5 balls. They just need a single. And, but yeah, is he gone? Is it a wide? No, it's fine. Ooh, I probably would have called that a wide. It's a dot ball. Okay, 1 run from 4 balls. I probably would have said that should have been a wide just then, but sure. Nathan Ellis is asking if he can review that. Bro, just take the shot. You need 1 run, dude. I can't believe he didn't call that a wide. That was definitely a wide. What's he asking right now? The umpires don't let this be the way the game ends. Get a grip, Nathan Ellis. Oh, this is a DRS challenge. What? But there was no dismissal. What are we doing? What is this game right now? We saw a ball hit the International Space Station, and now we're seeing the Thunder review. Oh, what is happening right now? So no, it's a dot ball. I don't understand what we just did just then. Oh, they're talking about it's not the IPL. Dude, can we just end this game? Like, obviously they only need 1 run from 4 balls. The umpire blew a call to say it should have been a wide. But, like, what's happening? That's well above. That's clearly a wide. That's so far above his head. Why DRS? They're saying something that the rules are different from the IPL. I don't know what's happening, Brenton. I couldn't explain it to you. Tomorrow's game's going to be sensational. Ash Lamine, like always, your call makes a game. Appreciate you, Sean. We'll be here for the entire time. And that is... They're not going to go for the single. Wow. Okay. 1 run from 3 balls. Otherwise, we go to a super over, lads. Nate, this is a piss poor finish. Dude, Nate, this has been a shambolic way to end this game. Hurricanes should have won this in a canter, but they've just thrown away. Like, they were flying. But so were the Thunder at one point too. The Thunder were flying before they fell apart themselves. 1 run needed from 3 balls. 1 run needed from 3 balls. Nathan Ellis on strike and big swing, big miss. Oh, lads, there is 1 run needed from 2 balls. This is a game. A wicket now would be just massive, but they only need 1 run. Otherwise, we go to a super over. How has this ended up being a crazy game? How has this ended up like this? 1 run, 2 balls. Surely he gets it, Jacko. There's no way Nathan Ellis doesn't get a single. The Hobart Hurricanes would blow up at that no wide call, though, if they don't get it. Yorker at the stumps is what the commentary's saying here for Daniel Sams. 2 balls to go. 1 run from 2 balls. All right, here we go. And that's gone. That's a 4. And Nathan Ellis will get it. He's very lucky. It just got past the field there, goes straight up in the guts, and 180 has been hit. It is 6 for 181 with the Hobart Hurricanes. They win by 4 wickets, but geez, they made it tough on themselves. They made it very, very tough on themselves there, but they do get the job done. Look, their next game, let's go have a look. So tomorrow, guys, obviously will be live as the Adelaide Strikers take on the Sydney Sixers. The Strikers haven't played yet. That'll be the Sydney Sixers' second game. And then on Thursday, we'll have the Stars versus the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes' next game will be against the Melbourne Stars on Thursday in Melbourne. Then we've got on Friday, it'll be, I think, Brisbane Heat versus Perth Scorchers, at the Gabba. On Saturday, it will be the Sydney Smash, the Sydney Thunder versus Sydney Sixers will be a big game. And Sunday, we'll have the Renegades versus the Hobart Hurricanes. So, look, massive week ahead with the Ashes tomorrow, guys. So I hope I see you then. That's going to be a huge one. It is a W for the Hobart Inbreds, Breton says. Yeah, they do get the dub. They were the champions last year, and they just beat out the team they beat in the grand final. But, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for the Ashes, and then the Zam show that starts afterwards. Sydney Sixers versus the Adelaide Strikers. So, Ashes into BBL. Appreciate you guys. Thumbs up.